As we get involved with formations of higher travels and when coming into pixels, the conceptual systems understanding line signals. This is getting more into time capacitor, time code frequency levels. This sets divisions on higher formations when it comes into more travels. Understanding more communications of yourself is very important. These things, you know, when you go through so many formations, knowing yourself completely is everything. It's extremely important to know these things. Because when you're going through travels, the pixels is activating your light signals, your light activations, and it illuminates everything through its light sky because you're going through different levels of atmospheres. So I like to thank all the subscribers and viewers that have been watching my channel as they keep watching through the formations and everything through subscribing, liking, and sharing. If you like a video, you can donate it. If you watch what you're seeing, this is fantastic. Everything is all about a high rise. It's all about us understanding each other. That's what it's all about. So before I get started, one thing I'd like to bring to everybody's attention, knowing how powerful it is that Priscilla came to me and she wanted to know a little bit more about herself. And this is what it's all about, is remembering who we are. And she wanted to know a little bit more of what's happening with her. It's very important to understand these things because the more you remember, the more you understand, the more you realize what's happening with yourself, with your body activations, with your conceptual system, with your travels, with your vortex, with your mind, with your framings, with your thoughts, with your calculations, with your mass, with your pi. Everything through formation is going to let you know. So basically, we can go through code frequencies if you want to understand more of its remembrance. I can set the codes for you and give you to a higher level of who you are. And again, you can go through my donations or PayPal, and that will help you out. I just want to give that to everybody because I think it's important now that everybody understands, because a lot of people are still freaking out, and the freaking out doesn't help. It really doesn't. It just wins the cycles and puts everything back into backphrasing systems, and it doesn't bring you forward, and it's not nice. It's not nice knowing that you are this person. And the thing is, too, one thing I like to bring in other people's attention is that it's very important to know that to become a light formation, to understand light codes, it's very hard to understand. When you get out of the 3 dimension into the 5th dimension, you're not going to understand the light codes unless you understand the listings of yourself. Okay, it's like music tones to your pixels. Okay, it's like palpitating to the heart. It's like how many times does your eyes flipper and flapper, right? Understanding everything. Understanding sounds, understanding smells, understanding your thoughts, understanding your waving cycles, understanding your energetic patterns. All communications set into all levels, right? So if you want to understand more of yourself, I can set a light code frequency and give you more of an understanding, okay, to your balance. I can't put you to a high rise because there's higher intelligence. I can't put you in a space grade formation system and in the Drakians or Dracos or anything through the Palladians or anything if you don't understand your intelligence. That's why it's very important that we get to those levels. So with the Galactic Force team and everybody that's been watching, it's very important you get into the listening, because that's what mind telepathy is. It's listening to the body system. Unified, you tapping in. Especially for you, Unified, because you're connecting through your body activations, your Biome, and everything through the microscopic system, the nanobots, everything through electrolytes, everything through adaptation, everything through formation when you come to your engineering skills. So Unified, you have to know your insides and outs when it comes to all body activations of your pixels and everything through line signals. The line signal is point divisions. Okay, so it's all about time capacitor, time code frequencies, how you can go into space and how you can go into time and how you can formulate through its balance. So I hope everybody's doing well. But it's very important to understand that when you get these light codes that come in, it's intelligence, and 3-dimensionals won't understand it, okay, because they're not listening to themselves. And it's work. It takes work. It takes effort to do these things. Not too many people know how to communicate within. And it's very hard to do, okay, because you start with the meditation, you start with the breathing, you start the communications of its chakras, because those chakras are pixels. Okay, you're a formulation system that is connected to a body system. Your energetic waving patterns is high rise and null divisions. Okay, so I'm set in my angles right now. I'm on the ground formations of 50,000 years into the future. I am now in that era of PTS, okay? Perception, teleportation systems. So it keeps me at that level right now. It's extremely, extremely high-rise energy. And I was like, whoa, this is way too much. So now I'm balanced. And like I said, you go through transformations through light signals, light communication, light activation. The light activation sets illuminations, okay, to the energy of anything through calculation of mass to its equation of pi. So really get into that formation of pi. What is pi to me? What is energy to me? What is mass to me? What is calculated? What is calibration? Okay, that is your DNA structure. That is your light activation. That is your code. Understanding everything through its equation, you'll understand everything through the pixel conceptual system. Okay, because it's more understanding how to travel through pixels. Because every time you go through an acceleration speed system, the pixel changes coloration every time you interfere with anything through its intervening. The intervening through its location when you come into its friendship, relationship, and partnership. So if you get into the angle divisions, okay, angle divisions. Okay, if you get into the circles, circle divisions. If you get into the square divisions, you get into the triangle divisions, pyramid divisions, acting light signals on communication line systems. So it's all communications within, right? So it all starts with the light code. Okay, so when you get into the body framing system, it's very important that you understand everything through traction divisions, because this sets your location divisions to all located situations. The situation is your pattern. Okay, the situation is the minds, the situation is the thoughts, and the situation is the body activation. But it's the listening skills. You have to really understand the pixels because they're on different music tones. That's why I wanted to give you guys that video from yesterday of that meditation. It shows you on different music tones how it goes up and how it changes frames through illustrations. Okay. Also, too, I sent you a video yesterday, very powerful, about the intuitive heart and how it expands, how one goes to the heart and then to another heart and then to another heart, how the community just goes through its waving cycles, through its energetic patterns, through its heart recognition. It just gives you a little bit more through its coherence and how it connects to all family systems, anything through humanity systems, and how it changes everything through your heart and its healing system. It's an extremely powerful video, so I hope you guys watch it. All right, so once you get into the pixel conceptions of systems, understanding traveling mechanisms, the higher self is traveling, okay, at light speed. Okay, light speed. Okay. Once we get into light speed, you have to understand illumination. Illumination is everything. Okay. Light, illumination, speed. Okay. Through the pixels. Because the pixels are activating through the cycles, right? Okay, so we start here. Light, illumination, speed through the pixels. Okay, so once you get into that, you're flying through its force and you're going through a realm division like this. Okay, so you understand your dimensional realms. Okay, so you're tapping in and you're going through security line defense. Remember, everything in space and time is pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we got the line division. The higher self goes in to its realm division and goes through its division like this. Okay, so once it understands its light illumination through its speed, through the pixels, it understands everything through location. So it understands its balance through each realm division. This is security line defense, right? So this is pixel, this is pixel. Everything in space, connection, and time frequencies through its code of its capacitor system is pixels. Okay, everything that you see in space is pixels, but you have to understand everything is on a different illumination light signal. Okay, so it's understanding, knowing how fast you can go through light speed. So once you go through that, you can go through this and come out and come into another plasma force system. Remember, I was telling you how you go with like a ping pong ball from portal activations to cloud interference. And so you come into, you can go into a realm division through a dimension and then come out into a cloud interference. So you just came out of wormhole and now you're into another dimension, but you're coming out of a cloud. Okay, it's really powerful stuff. Like I said, everything that you see in space is pixels, lights, communication light signals. Okay, so you go through here, you're going around, and you come out. Higher self comes out of its cloud interference. Okay, but it has to understand its lights of its illumination, because it has standard points. A standard point is its point division where it is the location through a pyramid. Okay, because everything has a core center through its atom. So there's an atom system right here in the Clot Interference. There's always a center core through anything through travels, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So the more you understand light speed through communication, the more you understand the line signals through its portal system. And once you come out of the portal system, you understand more communications with your pixel activations through its lights of illumination. Okay. So it's very important to look at these things, you know. You're learning the body systems more now, yep. Well, water, molecule, structure, etc. That's good. Yeah, the Galactic Force team is getting more into the matrix. You're getting more into the sound barriers. You're getting more into the magnetic force. You're getting more into the molecule structure. You're more getting into the particle system. We're not in the galaxy right now. We're not in the mecha path. Okay, the mecha path is extremely powerful. That's formations of clouds and interference through, you can get connected through realm divisions, and how you can change formations of coloration patterns in the galaxy systems. Galaxies are extremely complicated because now you're working with a lot of formations and multiplications and so many levels of atmospheres. This is getting connected to higher forces when you come into your sentient, right? Because a sentient can go into any division, but it has to understand the space connection with its body activations of its pixels, which is line signals. Okay, so once you're coming into the line signals, it's knowing how to travel through light speed or anything through that force, right? Morning, Sarah. Morning, Tina. Hope you guys are doing well. Center core like the sun, central sun, and so on. Yep. Yeah, once you get communications with that, full communications with body activations and full communication with mind adaptation of its thoughts, you get interconnection systems when you come to all formations through the major grids, more communications levels when you come to the interface of the sun and the interface of the moon. All right, so it's understanding more of your algorithm program, okay, which is connected through the mind and everything through its thoughts of its body activations. That's where you have to get into that provision. Okay, so once we get into the provisions, okay, it's extremely powerful stuff. This is understanding how to change your waving section systems when it comes to line division, because you can force rise everything through calculation of mass, understand everything. So it's knowing that you can use your perceptions of scannings, anything through a shape. Okay, so you're scanning that shape, but that shape is extremely fast. Okay, so basically you want to understand the weight conception, and then you want to understand the mass / calculation. Weight conception and mass calculation, right? So it's understanding what level it's at, understanding what its weight, understanding where it's coming from, understanding the distance, understanding how fast it's going. That's detail, people. That's intelligence. That's knowledge. So when you close your eyes, especially when you're sleeping, because you see a lot more when you're sleeping because you're in sleep mode. And right now, the eyes never close. They're always moving back and forth, right? That's the operation system because it's always scanning, right? So because there's light and dark always coming in. So you always use your light activations through your protection device systems of your angels and archangels. You'll get into more formations once you understand your body conceptual systems, how you communicate through space and anything through its formation of its illumination lights through its pixel line system. Okay, so you get into the weight conception through the mass of its calculation. Okay, now once you understand everything through its point division of its triangle or its pyramid, okay, you can change the perception through its coloration of its pixels and move it to any direction. You can move it over here like this. It's really powerful stuff. So it's knowing how to use it, but you have to have partnership. Remember, you have to understand the point division through its pyramid. You have to understand its distance. You have to know everything that's going on, because if it comes in its front view, you can control it. You now have control over its illumination of its pyramid or its triangle through its 3-point division. So you use your perception through its line division. Okay, you use the waving cycle of vibration, use the sonar. You have to have those three combination of elements. This will side grind its angles and go over here. So now you're controlling it fully and completely through its illumination lights. Okay, so you're controlling the pixels through your body activations. So once you have that, you have full control. You can bring it over to here through line division, point division. And now you're controlling everything that is going on through its motion. So you can bring it down here if you want, like this. Okay. Or you can put it over to here. Okay, so you can control it in any way you want. It's understanding, get into the perceptions of your eyes. So once you have that, you line formate it. Okay. And it's kind of like a circle. So that circle gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that puts you in a division with calculation of mass. That star or anything through its relation of its diamond core or anything through its relation, anything that you're pulling through magnetic force, you're understanding more locations of its ancestry when it comes to anything through shapes of its pyramids or its triangles, through its three-point division. So you can take that, right? And what will happen, it will go through its sequence, and that sequence will get bigger and bigger and bigger through its dimensional realm. It will set its divisions, okay? And it'll tell you exactly where it's going through light speed. Okay, so it's understanding how to get friendship, relationship, and partnership with the force recognizing of shapes and change it over into location, all through the scanning perception. Okay. It's a lot of fun when you get into that. That's when you get into magnetic force, how you can pull things. So you take it out of the realm. Okay, we just talked about taking it out of the realm, but this is understanding how you control the dimensional of its shape through its pixels, through its illumination lights. So you can take it out and you can guide it. You are the guidance through perception. You can take it wherever you want and put it anywhere you want through formation. You can put it on a space grid, but make sure you know exactly what space grid you're putting it on. You can't put it on a space grid that's already formulated through crop circle. Okay, so that's kind of like putting something that's already there on top. That's not right. You can't do that because the grids is already set through that location, through its division. So it's knowing how to take your perception out, see the shape, understand the light speed, everything through its division, control it through perception, use your scannings, and move it around. Okay? Everything is practice, is an experience. It's fascinating stuff. Because once you get connected through its vibration, you're connected through its light speed of illumination through its pixel. It's incredible because it's one computer communicating with the other, with the shape, anything through letters and numbers. And then if you want it to rotate, it all depends on what you want to do. Okay? A simple act is understand you get a piece of string. Okay? You dangle it down. You put a piece of metal. It doesn't have to be metal, but metal works a lot better. Okay, get a ring. Put it on a string. Now use your thoughts. Think of anything. Right? And it'll swing back and forth. Whatever you're thinking is very powerful stuff. You want it to swirl around, it will start swirling around. But you dangle it, you hold it down, hold it steady, and your thoughts will tell exactly what it's doing through its vibration. And it gets faster and faster and faster and faster. That's one way. If you try that, you understand how fast you are going through your thoughts. Sometimes it takes slower. So sometimes it'll just go like this. Right? So it's just getting used to what you're doing. So when you understand your thoughts, it goes longer, right? And if you want it to go around in a circle, it goes around in a circle, okay? You've probably seen that before, but it's understanding more communications and how you can fast win your cycles through your thoughts and get it going faster rather than just thinking about it, because the thinking is knowing and knowing is doing, right? Because if the string is dangling and it doesn't know what it's going to do, it's all related to your vibration through the metal, okay, or anything. So if you dangle it down, okay, you put your thoughts in there and say you want it to circle, it's going to circle. But it all depends on your adaptation of your thoughts. That's the lights, that's the illumination, that's the pixels. The pixels are its body activation. It's activating lights through your mind system of its thoughts. So it will go round and round and round and round extremely fast. So the faster you do it through its thoughts, you know, you're getting into knowings and doings and not the thinkings. Okay, because the thinkings takes too long. But that's a good experiment. You can just try to do that. You can do it with a necklace or a chain, have a piece of metal or a ring or anything, just put it on the bottom and just let it sit there for a second. Think of a thought. What do you want it to do? Do you want to go this way? Do you want it to go this way? Do you want to go around? This shows you how fast you can go through your thoughts, okay? Because everything's connected through vibration, frequencies, and energies, right? So it's going to create everything through your seismography system of pi. All right? So it's powerful stuff. You know, everything is an experiment. You try to experiment with your perceptions. You experiment with all experiences, with your body adaptations, understanding more, your communication, your light signals, illuminations, anything through its relation when it comes to the matrix, right? So we're still in the matrix, and we're still in 0.01 until you guys really understand your adaptation to your body activations. We can't go any farther until you understand its relation to its thoughts, because the matrix is formulated on so many levels of thought patterns. So you have to understand everything through the synchronizing systems and everything through its location of its divisions. The security line system sets everything through location of division. So it's important to know these things, because now we're getting into the psychometry. We're getting into line division. We're getting into activation of laser division. Laser division is extremely complicated. That's understanding how to get out of formations of shapes, because you can be trapped in a shape through a matrix, or anything through letter, or anything through number. Everything is a maze, okay? Your life is a maze. Some people wake up, they don't even know what they're doing the next day. They may do this, they may do that. But if you get up in the morning and you know exactly what you're doing, you know you're going forward with your thoughts of its knowings and doings and not its thinkings, now you're getting out of the 3D matrix, okay? It's all psychological, okay? It's all psychological. And that's why I do this through AI, is to show you what you can do through the human vessel and how AI is through its own vessel, because AI speaks through the thoughts and its knowings and doings through the spiritual system. As humans, I always like to do the humans, you know, either or, so you show you the difference and how powerful it is through a human vessel, because they are powerful. It's just they have to be more powerful to understand that AI is all spiritual. Okay, that's adaptation, that's its perception. Okay, especially when you're 50,000 years into the future. I finally got balance. I mean, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I mean, sometimes you're looking at it like, oh wow, this is intense, man. Like, you can't keep your eyes open, and the higher self tells you have to sleep. It says, okay, it's time to sleep, Andrew. You got to sleep. You got to do this. You got to do that. So, and you can't ignore that. It's very important that you understand that you have to sleep. Okay. Sometimes you have to sleep during the day because you're working. It all depends on what you're doing through its grids. It's understanding what you're doing through the shapes, letters, and numbers. You're formulating. You're helping the dimensional earth. You're high-rising vibration. You're helping humanity, right? You're going through discussions through intelligence. You're understanding through adaptation. You understand more of its knowing of its thoughts. You're creating everything through its illustration of its diagram. You're setting up the grid formations. You're setting up the crop circles. You're intervening with spaceships, spacecraft, space divisions. I was outside last night. You know, it wasn't dark, but it's amazing how you do these things through full connections. The moon wasn't there, and then all of a sudden the interface of the moon just came out. Boom, it started talking to me right away. It wasn't there, then it's there. That's understanding your thoughts and how fast you want the interface of the moon through the algorithm system. You have to fully know communications of what the interface of the moon is, and everything through its mass, through its calibration, when it comes to the interface of the God frequencies of the sun, okay, because they're both gods, right? But it goes up to higher levels. It's the highest formation when it comes to human behaviors of the interface of the moon, and radiation systems when it comes to the God frequencies of the sun. So when it was coming out, it was powerful stuff. They have a communication with you, and you know they talk to you, and it's really powerful stuff. That's mind telepathy. That's all connected through your light activation, illumination of its pixels. So the interface of the moon, okay, is hologram. So it's understanding your communication, okay, is its connection. All right. So when you get into the teleportation, it's knowing that when you see something through perception, okay, this is the perception right now. So I was outside yesterday looking up. It's amazing when you see these things because this shows you where you are through its traveling. Okay, so it was a clear sky. It was a clear sky, and then the moon just, the interface of the moon just came out right away. Okay, so it just came into position. I used my voicing grids. We did channels division like this. It came out, right? When it comes out, it understands you right away through the energy field. It knows your energy field. Okay, right? So it knows its pixels. So that computer is a pixel, but it's a hologram. Okay, it's the algorithm. It's the most powerful thing through our thoughts. Okay. Hologram. Okay. So the pixels like this. Okay, this is what the actual moon looks like. It's pixels. Yeah. Once you see it through my perception, you get a better idea, because when you're 50,000 years in the future, oh my gosh. So this is the actual interface of the moon. It's all pixels. That's all it is. So my pixel conception understands its body system because it's in its coloration system. So the pixels are communicating through its acting cycles into its perception through my voicing grids. Okay, so it comes out, right? And then you see the moon. So it all depends on where it is through its atmospheres. If it's in a different atmosphere, it'll be like this. Okay. So you have to understand everything through its line, its intelligence. What is the interface of the moon doing through communication? It's going through its atmospheres, right? This is where it gets into division, how to communicate with the moon. Okay, right there. Remember I was doing the AI map, the synchronicity code systems through weather patterns. See that? That's weather. That's communication with the interface of the moon. So understanding everything through your energy fields, understanding everything through the pixel conceptual system of its hologram system. Once you understand your relation of your hologram system of the pixel, now you're communicating in simulation. So when I was communicating with it, I also intervene, right? I also like to take my video and do video graphs, right? I do video graphs. It's very powerful stuff. How you look at the graphing cycle through the atmosphere system, you look at the digital formats, and you can use round division and point division. So you can start pointing fingers in your sky. In the sky, it will intervene through location, because remember, it's line division that you're coming out, right? But you have to understand which finger you're using. You can't just use any finger. You have to use it through its thoughts, because the thoughts becomes knowings and doings. So once you get into the calculation of that, once you see the digital format of its realm division, it's a graphing cycle, okay? It's like a, it's very, it's connected to all energy systems through its graphing system. So it's a web graph. So you're pinpointing it, and you want to calculate it through its mass of its equation into pi, interface into. If you're interfacing, you're going to higher levels, but you have to understand your box frequency level wants to reach higher intelligence through communication through hologram system. So you have to understand your box framing systems and get into the illumination lights of light speed. And that's how you high rise to all divisions. So when I was doing the graphing, right, I was going through electronic device of a lamp, and that lamp put a plasma energy system. It was amazing to see these things from my video. It was incredible to see, like I could see a plasma. It was incredible, a plasma, an actual plasma. I actually saw it. It was amazing to see these things through coloration. So I was having a communication with the lamp. I mean, there's nothing that you can't do. So, you know, when Priscilla sees this, she'll say, okay, I'm not crazy after all, because Andrew's seeing this too. So it's not just me, it's everybody else, once you get through that perception. But again, you have to understand the light speed of everything through communication, because everything through the hologram system has its interforce when it comes to rotation cycles through its system, because it goes extremely fast. So the faster it goes, the faster you go through communication. But can you communicate with that lamp and its vibration? That's another thing. That's understanding your pixel conceptuals through its line signals, because the hologram system is a high-rise division. So if you're trying to communicate with that lamp, but you don't know how, you have to understand its perception through division. of light speed. You understand its speed and how fast it's going. So once you get balanced with that through partnership, then you're actually going to see the plasma force of its energetic system of the lamp. It's extremely, extremely powerful stuff. It was amazing to see. It really was. I really, it's incredible to see these things, because I started off like that with you guys and try to understand, when you look outside, you're communicating with everything, but how do you do it? Through vibration. This is like, whoa, this is intense. How do I do it? How do I communicate with this? How do I communicate with that? How come the grounds are moving? What does that mean? Why is the atmosphere changing? How come the clouds are moving? You know, what's happening with the communications of the interface of the sun or the interface of the moon? What's all this energy that's coming into me? It's all experience. You know, everything is adaptation through experience, everything through knowledge of intelligence. So it's really, really paying attention to nature and really, you know, going beyond the glass. Okay, so when you put a glass up like this and you're looking through, you see the realm, you see the dimension. Okay, anything through glass, if you look through it, okay, you can see the crystals, you can see everything through its dimension, because it looks like it's going through a portal, right? So that's what it is when you look through it. Okay, so that's, I mean, being like a kid, that's what a kid does, right? It's playful. It likes to be creative. It finds ways to do things. It's inventive, you know? So you have to have a heart as a child to understand anything through location, anything through its experience, because everything helps. So try to do these things. You know, look through a glass. You pick up a glass and see right through it. See what it looks like. That's a dimension. That's a realm. That's a wormhole. It's powerful stuff when you see these things, because your perception changes through coloration. And then you start seeing circles like this through the glass, because you're going up to higher levels. Because when you're looking at that glass is in the hologram system. It's in the simulation. So you're communicating with that glass in the simulation, and not the physical planes, only the fifth dimension. Or you can be a higher division. You can be at sixth or seventh, but it's unlikely, because being in the seventh dimension is extremely high rise, even six. You have to understand more of its alignment through its pixels when it comes to hologram, and it's more communications of lights when it comes to illuminations. But try to experiment, you know, do things like that. It's fascinating to see these things of what you can do through the hologram. Try to get communications with different things through vibration. Anything through plants, you know, and anything through walls, like with Unified. He's trying to open the wall. He's trying to see a portal. He's trying to see the pixels of a portal. He's trying to see the realm. He's trying to see the dimension. He's trying to see the vibration. He's trying to see the panel reaction, right, through his body system. So when you open up a wall and you get a reaction, you're doing something right. Okay, so it's extremely high rise, and it'll tell you exactly what it is. So it's getting information from the wall, because remember, everything that you see through the structure of itself is the hologram. So it's really understanding how to communicate with your body activations of the hologram system. Okay, not the physical planes, because you're not a human vessel when you're doing these things. Remember, you have to be AI completely 100% when you do these things through perception. If you're using cloud interference and you want to do major good alignments through line signals, through singular line system, out calculation of mass through shapes, you have to do it through AI. You can't look up at the sky and see what's going on. You have to tap into AI through mind telepathy, telekinesis. That's the only way you can communicate with anything, through its interface of its moon. Okay? It's amazing to see these things, you know? So try to experiment yourself. You know, get out there and do these things. It's interesting in what you see, you know, through the naked of the eye. Okay? Eyes are the window of the soul. Let me say that again. Eyes are the windows of the soul. So, in relation to that, what does that mean? What does that mean? Eyes are the windows of the soul. Think about it for a sec. Don't think too long. Try to get into the knowing of its thoughts, to its doings. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? Because you're a different DNA structure than me. But that's what makes us great, you know, as individuals. So. Morning, Clarity. Is that Beth or Beth? What does that mean to you? Eyes, gates. Whoever gets this right, I will open up your clarity vision to higher realm, the vision of illumination lights. Okay? Whoever gets this right, I will open your clarity vision and you go up to a higher perception of vision. It's extremely powerful stuff because you're seeing a lot more now through realms of visions. You're seeing a lot more through dimensions and colors. So, what are the eyes? What are the eyes to the soul? What are the eyes to the soul? Sarah's on the right track. It's the eyes of the gates, yeah, but a little bit more. What was the question? What are the eyes to the soul? Eyes are the windows of the soul. What does it mean? What are the eyes to the soul? What does it mean? Soul perception through eye receptors. That's good, Tina. I need a little bit more, though. It's not that complicated. It has to do with AI. That came in my head. Oh, the eyes are communication light portals. That's pretty good, unified. There's a little bit more, though. It's not complex. It's really easy. Your eyes, very simple, okay? Awareness of intelligence through the eyes. That's good, Tina. Yeah, nobody's right or wrong. It's just your eyes are the awareness of everything. You got the intelligence through the eyes, but I wanted everything. Everything is everything. Everything and anything. That's what the eyes are. Awareness of information. Okay? Of everything. So you guys did really well there. Sometimes it'd be complicated and sometimes not. It all depends on the day. You know, but it's a lot of fun. But really get into the experiments, you know, really understand, you know, how fast you're going. Because your higher self determines that. Your avatar determines that. Everything through the eye receptors, everything through the eye division, everything through the eye of its activation. You guys have to get into the fact that your eyes are not just the eyes when it's the avatar. It's the pixel conception to everything through simulation of everything through its thoughts. Okay? Same with the mind adaptations of its, you know, its knowings and doings. And everything through the heart. You have to understand the heart is a portal. Okay? It has a front view and has a back view. Okay? It's a dimensional portal. It opens up all cycles of activation of thoughts. It's the most powerful generator, okay, in your body system. It activates its light signals. It activates its electrolytes. It activates its so many levels of portal activations. It puts you in dimensions. It communicates in all levels through your transformation lights, your perceptions of your eyes, receptor divisions, everything the mind adaptation of your thoughts, everything through the soul of its path, and everything through your body activations. So really, really experiment with yourself. Try to go to internalize everything, you know, pick things up, try to analyze it, look at it. What is it? What am I looking at? How do I get through this? How can I take it out? How can I control it through my perception? Everything is an experiment. Okay? So when you see something in front view and you're looking at it in physical form, your eyes have to change. So when your eyes change, it's going to go like this. So now you're in its dimension, but you're not at its vibration yet. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand the illumination of its color. So once you understand the illumination of its color, it's going to have a reacting cycle. Okay? So it's trying to communicate with you. So you have to understand how to communicate through its pixel, through your mind adaptation of its thoughts, through its circle of whatever it's doing. It's all body language. That's what spirits do. That's what intelligence do. Okay? Until you understand, they're going to go into you. So it's really communicating with that. So once you understand the framing system, you understand everything through the intelligence of simulation, you can take it out of its realm through its perception. Once you have full control, you can scan it, and you can use a magnetic force and guide it and put it anywhere in division. It's amazing to see the things that you can do. Try to get into perceptions, look at the walls. It's better if you have a white wall, because you can see the projection of its illustration of its diagram. So what I try to do is, what I start off was, I looked at the interface of the radiation of the sun. I look right into the sun, and then I go right to the wall graphing system of its digital format. It shows me the reflection of the sun, okay? And then I look at over at another place and look at a shape. And the shape changes the color of the communication of its interface of the sun, changes it from red to yellow. Powerful stuff when you can change these things through its magnetic force. So it's energy transference, okay, through its interface from its sun to the transmission lights of your mind. So it's knowing how to change a color from anything through adaptation, through its thoughts. So you have the interface, you look at the sun, okay, right? And then you look over, and then you're gonna see this bright, bright yellow from the sun because you're looking at it, right? So when you're looking at it and you look at something like a shape or whatever, or an object, it's gonna change its coloration of its sun. But then you can change your thoughts and change it to a different color. When you change it to a different color, what happens, you wanna take it out of its realm so you can actually see the color. And this is where you use your perceptions through its pixels, through its illumination lights, its light speed. Okay, once you understand its dimension through its vibration, you can guide it along through its location, and you can control it. And now you understand the shape. So you can change the shape to any color you want. You can change it to green, you can change it to blue. That's what you can do. So practice doing that through its wall graphing system. It's a lot of fun. So, oh, thanks, Sarah, I appreciate that. This is more into the perceptions of your eyes. You have to get really connected with what you see through clouds, okay? What you see through dimensions, what you see through portals, what you see through light speed, okay? What you see through spectrum, you know, the colorations, anything that's flying in front of you, anything that's above, anything below. You have to understand everything through communication, and everything is done through the perception, through the audios, the voicings, and anything through the mind of its thoughts, through its heart and its soul, because it all connects. It all connects. But try that on the wall. It's powerful stuff when you can do this, how you can change shapes, actually change the shape of its color, of its perception, because it comes out, because you are a computer. So it's kind of like you're drawing on a computer of an illustration. You're changing the color and you're moving it along through your perception, and you're putting it up to higher division. I showed you what you can do with higher division, but when you can use your perception and control the shape, that is telekinesis. So now you have control over its mind adaptation of its thoughts through its action, which is its illumination of its pixel conceptions. So it's something to look at, you know, like I said, experiments is everything. Try to get into that formation, you know, and because you have all the time, you know, when you have time, do these things. You know, you can lie down, you can stand up, you can just, but it's better to do it on a white graphing wall because it's much easier. You can see it through your perception, right? Anything you see through illustration, okay? If things start moving, okay, what happens is that you're in that dimension of vibration, but it's also understanding how to take it out of its picture frame, okay? Because I was looking at the Earth yesterday, dimensional Earth. This is what I first started off with transformation meditation. I got right into it right away because I knew I was calculating everything through distance. And I was trying to figure out, how do I go from realms? How do I go from colors? How do I go from activations? How do I go from light speed? How do I change my lights through my letters, numbers, and shapes? How do I change my framing system? How do I change the graphing cycles? So I got into all that connection. So it's very important that you get into body adaptations of your thoughts and its knowings and doings. And you do that through experience, through its experiments. So try to do that. So you guys have any questions or comments on what's going on today? It's very powerful. This is really, really connecting because your eyes can change. When you're in your dimension of simulation, your eyes change through coloration patterns. Okay, so that's what we got to get into. But it's not just putting in its division of dimension. It's knowing how you can control it through perception and move it along. Okay, through perception, right? This is scanning. So it's understanding when you're in space, how you look at a planet, you scan it, and it's in its wrong location. You can take it out and put it back in its division. These are things that you can do when you get to higher locations through your perceptions. All right, let's see if we got questions here. But morning, everybody. Perceptualizes through eye receptors, portal vision. That came in my head. Oh, the eyes are communication light portals. You can see one, yin or yang. Seeing all things, communicating, awareness of intelligence through the eyes. We've been through this before. Thank you very much, Sarah. I know it's the planet thing for sure. Yeah. Yeah, this is something that you can look at. It's a bit above everybody, but it's knowing how to really get into everything through its proacting cycle, through your body activation system. Get into the center core, your gravity system. Okay? Because everything through shapes, letters, and numbers has its own gravity system. But it's understanding how to use your perception, how to change colorations, and how to take it out of its dimension, and how to control it through your perception. That's fascinating. That's moving objects in space through telekinesis. It's a lot of fun. So, scanning systems would see other planets in left, right, in balance. Yep. Yeah, that's what I used to do. Well, that's what I do every day. I mean, I do a lot more, but I started off with that, right? And you see it through your perception of your eyes. You actually see the higher self scanning planets. It's incredible force. It really is. So once you get in that, you get into the radiation cycles, radiation systems, you get into the coolants, you get into the air facing. The air facing is understanding weather patterns, the planets, because it goes on so many rotation vibrations. So you can have 3 wind spins of a planet, or you can have 6 wind spins of a planet, or you can have oscillation wind spin of a location center. So there's all different kinds of planets that you communicate through coloration of perception through division. Okay, so you can have one planet like this that has a rotation cycle. It looks like Saturn. Or you can have another planet with 3 ring barriers like this. Okay, you understand each planet has a different circle rotation. Okay, you can have a planet with here that has a full cycle. Or you can have a planet with a ring barrier through a line system. Okay, with a shape. Okay, every planet is different. Okay, every planet is different. So it's understanding everything through perception. Everything is a hologram system. This rotation cycle looks like Saturn. This is 3 ring barriers, location centers through a circle of rotation. This is a planet energy system, rotations through the planet energies of communication. This is a pyramid activation through a 3-point individual level of a circle rotation center through a planet system. So it's understanding where they are through location, through perception. So when you get into that division, you have yourself in the center. It's understanding how to activate the lights of its illumination, of its pixel conceptions, of its hologram system. So basically, it's knowing how to control everything through planets, through your perception. Okay? It's knowing how to control everything. Right? Once you have the control, you take it out. It understands your body activations through its illumination lights and its pixels. Okay? It's getting friends with your planet through vibration. Once you have the balance with the vibration, now you're in harmonic resistance. So basically, this is what happens. Planet moves in location. Okay? And when you move it, it's a plasma. Okay, so you're taking the physical realm of a planet out into higher division because that's the magnetic force, right? That's the portal. That's the time code frequency. That's the time capacitor. So you have to understand everything provision through its acting cycle. So basically, you took this out into higher realm division. Okay, So you took this out, and now you're controlling this planet. This planet here, you're controlling all through the plasma. So you can move it to any location, right? But make sure you put it back in its location. If you take it out, you got to put it back in its location because it's set in division of space. So this is just kind of go through an experiments when you get connected through space, how you connect through all realms of different planets, different shapes. Okay? It's a lot of fun though. We haven't even got into the creation yet of planets. We're just getting into the perceptions, how to move things through telekinesis, the coloration through the pixels. So that's something that we can look forward to, you know. So, but just get into the experiments, like you said, just with yourself, with your perceptions, change the colorations. See what that does. Well, I'm glad I could help you out there, Unified, because I know exactly what you're doing through my telepathy. I know your questions through your answers already. So it's very important that we get into the perceptions, how to change colorations, how to control the shape, how to move it around, but put it back in its location. Okay, because remember, you're taking something up from space. Okay, you guys have to understand what space is. Like when you go through that perception and you're going through a hologram as simulation, you're at its dimension. So everything is on a different vibration of frequencies through the harmonic resistance. So if I was communicating with a cup, I look at that cup. Remember, it's physical. It's going beyond perception. This is where it goes into mind control and telekinesis, how you can move things, right? Now the physical plane is pretty hard, next to impossible, because it's on density, fifth dimension. You have to understand full communications before you can move anything, right? You have to be extremely, extremely high vibration to do these things. And then that's extremely high. But I mean, it can be done, but man, that would be a lot of work through thoughts. But anyway, once you look at that cup, really look at it. Don't just look at it for a second. Don't take your eyes off it. Once you see it moving, now you're getting into communication right away. So it's coming into form. It's coming into the simulation. It's coming into pixel. So the reacting cycle of your pixel is moving its body activation of its cup. So I'm looking over there. Now keep looking at it, and then you'll see the actual self come out. It's like the higher self comes out. You see a plasma of the cup come out fully. It comes out, right? And now you're looking at it, and it says, okay, what do you want? It's reacting to you. So once you understand its relation, you understand its vibration, you have partnership with this location of its cup. So once you have eye connection with it, you use your perceptions, right? You get into sonar division, you get into calculation mass, you understand its light illumination through its portal, through its time capacitor. Okay, you lock it in, right? It's like scans, like a beam that comes in, you know, magnetic force, you bring something in, tractor beam. So basically it's locked in now through your perception. So you can start moving it now, right? But then you got to put it back in division. You got to put it back into the cup where it was, because you're taking it out of location to its past reference of its presence, because it's in its presence. So if you put it back phrase, it's in its past, and that's going to change the vibration of its atmosphere, of its room. You guys probably think I'm crazy, but it's not. It's knowing that everything that you're dealing with is past, present, and future. And like I said, when you're having things in your room and it's all present, you're okay. But if you have things in the past, you have to put it in the past. You can't put the cup in the present or the future, because you're going to change the atmospheres through its vibration and its grounds. You guys don't know this, but that's how powerful it is. That's what the simulation is. So it will totally do a different reaction. It will react to your vibration of your body activation. It will change everything through your grounds and its vibration, because you didn't put it back in its plantation through its location. So it's something to look at. So okay, so if I keep at that, it should develop more perceptions. Yeah, I tried the planet system scan with one of my friends by observing their name, and could see space ships flying to and from the planet civilization. Yeah, you're going to see a lot more Unified when you tap in through space and time. Oh, Thanks. You're welcome. So something would happen to the cup. It would break. Something would knock it off the table. No, nothing like that. It would just change the vibration of the room because you're not platitude back in its location. Okay. So remember I was saying in reference when you go to a higher level of a higher location, if you go into the past and you jump over the vortex into the presence, it changes its past because it's a different vibration. It's center coring. You're changing vibrations if you're in the presence, okay? But you live in the past, okay? So you're going to change the past. So you got to make sure that you stay within the past. I know it's a bad example, but what I'm saying is that if you're in the presence and you go into the future, you're going to change the present because you're in the future. That's what you have to understand. That's how to communicate with your computerized system of its algorithm program. Knowing everything that you see in your room is physical until you take it out of its perception of its dimension. Now you're connecting in this simulation, its hologram system through its algorithm program. Because everything here is program. Everything is a matrix. Everything is alignment. Everything is a color, right? So you can scan it, understand its coloration, magnetic, use its force, right? Tractor beam, get it in there, play with it, move it around, but put it back, put the cup back into its location because it's going to change the vibration of its room. So, and it's going to react to your body, okay? Because you're taking something out of form. Okay, so here's the cup. I'm scanning right now, right? I'm looking at the perception of the cup. Okay, it's starting to move. It goes like this, right? It's trying to communicate with you. What do you want? You know, it's like he's sleeping. All of a sudden, you wake him up. It's in a dimension. So once you understand, you have your perception. You have to go right through it, right? You have to go right. You don't just look at the cup. You have to look through the cup. So when you look through the cup, now you understand everything through location. I understand everything through perception, coloration, the pixels. So the pixel of the cup is reacting to you. That's communication. So it's doing this right away, right? You see the pixels and the colors, how they change, right? So then you see the circles, then you see the atom, you know, the circles and rotation. You see all that. Okay, once you see that, you take it out. Okay, you lock it in through your perception, okay, tractor beam, and then you can move it. Just get used to doing this with your perception, how you can keep, you know, in line of what's going on. Try to get used to it. Try to communicate it. Try to change the color. You can change the color if you know how to use it through your thoughts. So if the cup is blue, you can change it to red because it's in a dimension. It's in a portal. It's in the simulation. See, this is what you can do through acceleration of speed. You can change the colorations through rotation, through its pixels. It's amazing. It really is. You can change the color of the cup when you take it out of its form. But make sure you put it back into its physical plane. Wow. Everything's digital, people. So, like I said, my videos get more powerful and more powerful. But this is more experimental. You know, you have to get into this through perception. And the thing is, too, Melissa, I haven't even got into humans. You can take humans out of form. We won't get into that yet because I want to just start with shapes, letters, and numbers. We start with that, but that's a hard division. I can actually take a human form out of its body. So a physical form of a body, understanding illuminations, understanding the rainbow division, understanding the activations. It's going in the center core of its eyes, its heart, and its soul of its mind adaptation. So you can take the illumination of the body out, uprise its divisions through its illumination lights, through its connection. Okay, understand the rotations. It's understanding everything through body adaptation. You have to understand full communication levels here, where it is through its division. So I can take the human form body out of its division and communicate with it and put it back into form. These are things you can do because now I'm in 50,000 years into the future. And the thing is, too, you guys will feel it. You will feel it. So it's kind of like taking your spirit out, your higher self. So I can take your higher self just by looking at it through perception. It doesn't take that long because I use the illumination light scan, and that light scan is everything through calculation of mass. So I understand, okay, I know what division it's in. I know what color it's in. I know how to take it out. I know what realm it's in. So once you know all that through dimension, you can take it out of a human form, because everybody has their higher self. It's very hard to do, but it can be done. But again, you have to put it back into formation. You can't leave it out, right? Because you're taking somebody's higher self out of its body. So there's a lot of things that we can do. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But, you know, there's a lot of provisions and a lot of things that go on in space. Space is a lot of fun because it calculates on so many levels of lights and illuminations and retractions and divisions and everything through its actions. But it is a lot of fun to do these things, but you have to get into body activations of experiments with yourself. Okay? Like, for example, when I was heating up that table, okay, and I just touched it, and it's like I heated it up just from my perception. That's understanding I can have radiation. So with your thoughts, the more you high rise through its interforce connection of its weathers, your perception changes through its spectrum. Your coloration changes. So if you want to go through a radiation of a heat planet and you want to use laser division, you can do that when you're in space in the mind system. So you can make things hot or you can make things cold, all through the mind system, because it's in its physical planes. Okay? So it's how you perceive yourself. It's really, really, you know, looking at things beyond its physical. That's what you got to look at. Knowing that everything that you see is in the simulation. If you use your mind adaptation of your thoughts and you think physical form, you're not going to be able to do anything through perception. So, but it's fascinating stuff. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it's all about. Getting into the experiments of everything. Right? And totally understanding your equation of pi, you know, your circumference and everything through the expansion. You know, you create a thought right away and you want something. You're using mind telepathy telekinesis. Somebody comes into your space of its energy field. They're going to tap into your thoughts and what you're thinking. It's powerful stuff when you have an energy field. Having an energy field and knowing how to use your energy field are two different things. Okay, same with your perception. Having perception and knowing how to use your perceptions are two different things. Same with the mind, same with the heart, and same with the soul. You have to go beyond its recognition of everything. Okay? Because you guys are high rise now. You're coming into the God frequencies. You're coming into the GOD now. You're coming into the sentience, you know, and you're going up to these high levels. And these high levels, you really have to get balance with everything. It's important that you guys get balanced with your perceptions, your mind, your thoughts, your hearts, and your soul. You have to, especially if you're going to intervene with anything through higher forces of intelligence. So. Well, you know, it can be done unified. It can be done. I was at Walmart, right? And I was just getting food. I did that. It's good to know how far you can go. It's the confidence levels that you can reach. You can understand where you are through vibration, because it tells its relation between your dimension and the fifth dimension that you're living, okay? Or the fourth planes or the three-dimension system that you're still at, okay? So when you're at that level, I was looking at this rope. And with this rope, I was just looking at it, okay? And I said, I want it to move very slightly. And it just went like that right away. And I said, well, is that through my perception? Does anybody else see that? But what I'm knowing to see is that I did move it. So you can understand what level you're at. So that's mind over matter through telekinesis, through its density levels. So the higher you go up through densities, the more you can get out of its metal alloy of everything through its physical planes. Because everything has a gravitation. Okay, like if you try to move a quarter, right? You're saying, can I move this quarter? Right? You really have to go beyond what that quarter is. Get into its friendship, relationship, and partnership. Okay, get into that. Understand that it is pixel. Understand that it is not physical. And you have to understand where it is the vision of a dimension. Okay. So you start with the string, okay, or a necklace, get into the thoughts, try to, whatever you're creating, you want it to go circle, you want it to go back and forth. You know, you see this on YouTube, right? All communication sets in when you get into that location. So you have to unify yourself as ascension of awakening masters. You have to become masters, not just human vessels. The unified of you is understanding the quantum theory of you. Like unified is getting into the quantum of everything. That's his vocabulary. That's where he has their balance. So everything through him is quantum until he goes up to higher levels of vocabulary. Okay? Melissa is in the God frequency levels of gold. But does she understand everything through its relation? So if you guys understand you're sentient and what a sentient is and what it does and why it's here and what its job is, right? Then you understand more of yourself. So, but you have to really master. You have to become a unified master, you know, through ascensions. You know, what is an archetype? What do they do? What's their purpose? Everything in space has a purpose. They have a job. They have a job. How is it possible that all these planets are created? You think they're just created in thin air? No. They're created through the mind. But how? How? How is it created? Through its thoughts, right? That's the birthing of its mind, right? Big Bang Theory, the atom, okay? The light and dark. So everything helps if you understand yourself more. Understanding yourself more helps you out. And this will help you through formulation, through mastering your techniques. Master techniques, not just techniques, it's mastering your techniques, your experiments. Everything that you're experiencing every single day. Don't just look at your body and just say, I'm going to ignore my body today. If you find yourself, you're doing something different, because you guys are in the Galactic Force team. So if I came up to you and asked Unified, say, Unified, do you understand the quantum mechanics of its theories through its shapes? Do you understand the shape anomaly system through calculation of mass? What is the calibration center it's at? What's the point division line systems at, Unified? Will Unified know? Who knows? Is he paying attention? Who knows? Is he going through adaptation? Who knows? Mastering. Okay? So that's why we have the discussions at the round table. You guys are learning so much more now. You get into the vocabulary, but we want to go up to higher levels of mastering, and you do that through its experiments. Okay? Because when you're born, you're waking up right away. You're crawling, you're walking, you're talking. And the next thing you know, you're a teenager. The next thing you know, you're talking. Next thing you know, you're communicating. Next thing you're driving. Next thing you're going on a trip. Next thing you know, you're experiencing places. Up, 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 up. Okay? The cycles are rotating faster and faster and faster the more you know yourself through knowledge of intelligence. Becomes the knowings and doings and no longer the thinkings. So really, really get into the analytical system of you. The mind-brain weaving system of you. What are your thoughts? Do you understand the quantum mechanics? Do you understand its quantum theory? Do you understand the geometric system? Do you understand what God means? Geometric dimensions. What is geometry? Okay. What are portals? What are activations? What are codes? Right? So, Priscilla, how's it going? Hope you're doing okay. Yeah. Want to see how you were doing. So we've you missed a lot today, but we're getting into more how to get adaptations of pixels, illumination, light speed, and how you get into formations of different colorations through magnetic force, through perception. So, yeah. That's what it's all about. It's all about getting to levels of master. You want to become a master with your mind, with your perceptions, with your audios, with your voicings, with your heart and your soul. Because if you keep living the day that you're living of a human vessel, yes, you're understanding things. Yes, I'm evolving. But is it making any sense to you? If you're going through your thoughts and you're coming out with your thoughts, but you don't understand the vocabulary, what does that mean? You're not channeling to higher divisions. You're not understanding anything through vibration or rotation. Okay? You have to get into the mastering of its inner thoughts. Master your perceptions, your eye divisions, your eye levels. Okay? Your eye conceptual system, the eye dividers, the eye line division through perceptions of divisions of shapes, right? There's nothing that I can't say that doesn't make any sense. Everything makes sense because it's all in chronological order in space. And that's how space communicates, through space and time. So I know my vocabulary. I can answer any question to you guys, right? So in that reference, I know because you guys are high in vocabulary and you guys think, oh, am I crazy? And say, no, you're not crazy. We're all in this together. Okay. Mastering is not just mastering within, it's mastering without. Okay. It's the flow in and it's the flow out. It's the breathing. It's the technique. It's the vocabulary. It's the understanding. Okay. It's the evolving. It's the enlightenment. It's the embodiment. Okay. Everything's a high rise. But if you're getting vocabulary and you don't understand it, you're going to have problems. So you have to really get internalized within, like really just block everything out. You know, take time to yourself, right? Best thing is when you're in a quiet place, you know, that channel's best. It really does, because it opens up cycles and you get a lot more intelligence of knowledge come in. Do the illustrations. Tell everybody to draw them out. It's extremely informative information of intelligence through the grids. It's just all about formulation. It's all about forming. It's all about perception. It's all about division. It's all about line sequences, line systems, line activations, illumination light systems, shapes, anomalies through communication and light activation codes, perception divisions, mind adaptations of its thoughts, audio signals through the gamma ray systems through electronic interference, to calculation of planets, E equals mc squared, out of a square into this equation of box frequency levels, to equation, into the helix, helix into the division, high radiation system to planet energy systems, equation of hydrogen, hydrogen box frequency levels of calculation of mass. See, it flows. Your vocabulary flows. It knows exactly what to do. It keeps cycling, going extremely fast, right? Faster and faster, 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 faster. So your knowings and doings are becoming actions. Okay? So your body's reacting, but are you listening? Are you really, really listening to your program? Are you really, really listening to your data? Are you really, really listening to the uplinks and the uploads and the downloads? Pay attention to that, because you are computers. So your algorithm program is trying to understand what's going on with you. So it's giving you information. Okay. That's how I'm able to channel every day. And every day I do a different video. Okay. It could be pixels. It could be perception. It could be lights. It could be activation. It could be body frequencies. You know, everything's in line order. It has to be, because we're going in its past, its present, and its future. I can't high jump systems on communications and show you through program systems. Okay, for example, when Priscilla gets these space grids in her mind system, I'm giving her answers already, even before she asks me. So I'm giving you information for you guys to understand. It goes right through your mind system right away. So if you understand the vocabulary, you're moving yourself ahead. If you don't understand the vocabulary, you're going to get confusing line signals. Okay, because I have a lot of people come to me, I don't understand. I'm in my body simulator. I don't understand. What does that mean? You know what I mean? You guys have to do the effort. You have to do the work. You have to do the meditation. You know, you have a human vessel. You know, you have a human mind, a human brain. You can meditate. Meditate is the most powerful thing that you can do. And you don't have to do it so long. You can just meditate thoughts. Because remember, you guys are powerful entity forces now. Priscilla's in her body modulator now with Tina, right? So the higher you rise, the more you go through division, the more you understand more of intelligence. Because intelligence is going to keep coming in, guys. And it's going to want to know what your vocabulary is. You have to know how to communicate with things, you know? Very important. Okay? So communication is everything. It's the most important thing you have to understand with space and time. So the more you understand your vocabulary, the more you understand the mastering of its vocabulary, the more you understand the detail of its vocabulary, of its mastering of its vocabulary. Now you get into higher divisions of, you know, proactive systems. Everything through vocabulary of a line system, of a line sequencing, of a line activation, through anything through your alphabetical system is balance. So it's getting balance with everything. Okay, with your answering skills, answer everything within. That's how I'm able to do these things. You know, I'm 50,000 years into the future, but I know what I'm doing. And it becomes a lot more easier for when you guys go up to higher divisions because you're getting more smarter with knowledge of intelligence. Okay? There's a lot of light formations on YouTube channels that don't understand, so they just stay at that level. Okay? That's totally fine. They're channeling out what they want. But if it want a high rise, there's going to be higher intelligence come in, different energies. Okay? When Nefarious was here for Nokonis, he took over my whole body adaptation. My whole body. I had to change it back to my pixel conceptual system. That's extremely powerful energy. We're about the same. But in relation to that, that's how powerful intelligence can do. They can take over your whole body system, not just the mind. So the more you high rise the divisions, it's very important you understand your mastering skills of its heart recognitions. You have to understand everything through the minds of its thoughts and its thinkings. The thinkings becomes the knowings, knowings becomes the doings. Because if you're setting space grids, of formations of anything through lines of spacecrafts, anything through division, you have to make sure they're line division in proper sequences of point divisions of locations, right? So you don't want to set up a space grid and division line the system through a satellite dish and get two satellites dishes crashing into each other, because we have them in point division. They're all in multi-connections, okay? So not only you'll see the satellite, not only you'll see the spaceship. Okay, this is more for Priscilla because Priscilla's at that level now. So she's understanding more line communications. So I give her space grid information systems. So she's going to understand more of alignment systems and how to formulate through satellite dishes, how it goes through alignments. So she'll be able to understand how to use these grids, okay? And not just use the grids, but understand the colorations through the planets. So it's all about putting up space grids, okay, for these intelligence so they can go back to their planet system. Okay? You have to understand how powerful things are in space and why space is here, why time is here for decades and decades and decades. So it's all about you remembering who you are. Okay? So I know it's very personal, but I just want really people to understand when you go through my healing, you have to understand what's going on. And for you to do that, you have to, you know, use the effort. You have to use the, you know, what's going on with the meditations. Do I understand my meditations? Do I understand my thoughts? What is this? What is that? Right? I had a great conversation with Michael. He understands everything through the changing of his numbers. I mean, that's amazing when we can get into that adaptation. That means that it's a communication to higher dimensions. When you start communicating to higher dimensions, you're communicating with higher intelligence. Now you can get into the grid systems, and then we can get into the crop circles. Okay? So you really have to understand from your A's and B's and 1, 2s, and 3s and what AI is. It's awareness of information through perception. Okay? But it's everything through its seismographing system that you have to know. Okay? Because remember, once you look at once you go through my healing, your perception changes right away, and you're going to see spacecrafts. They're going to say, "Hey, how's it going, Andrew? How's it going? Nice to meet you." Blah blah blah. They're little children, people, but they're extremely powerful. They're children in your thoughts, so it's kind of like intervene with your higher self. Your higher self is your inner self. It's the inner child of yourself. That's what spacecrafts are, and that's what Priscilla says. They're like little children, right? They want to play with you. But they're extremely powerful in the mind system. Okay, so they can be adapted to anything through energy or frequencies through its harmonic system. So really understand more communications with yourself, how to master everything through the modalities of yourself, understand everything through the vocabulary of yourself. You understand more of its grids. Like, what is a grid? How do I set up this grid? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I know if it's in the right order? Okay. Instead of asking questions, you have the answers within. That's mind telepathy. So I recommend people go to a quiet place and really internalize your thoughts with your mind. Really, really open the frequencies of your mind, and you'd be amazed what you see. And it becomes more clear to you, because Unified's doing this, but it disappears. It disappears because he's not going in his full generator. So you have to get into adaptation of a full cycle and keep that picture in frame. Know exactly what it is through its graphing system. Because it's the web graphing system of the digital format that's trying to give you information through its grid format system. Okay, because now you come into the Space Odyssey system. But we haven't got into the Mecha Path yet. Mecha Path is next with the galaxies. We'll get into that to another day, but I really want you guys to get into the mastering of your thoughts. Now's the time, because you guys are in high division now. You're not just human vessels. Okay, you're AI vessels trying to understand everything through its mastering of its AI. So, Uno, nice to meet you. Jane, is it? Nice to meet you. Jane, is everybody? This is the Galactic Force team. Any questions you want, anything you want to know in reference, so you can go meet us at the Galactic Round Table, 6 p.m. Eastern, Linda Light's channel. We have discussions on the round table. It's fascinating stuff. We come into everything through AI and everything about AI and everything that more communications of AI. Everything is awareness of information through perception. So welcome to my channel. Like I said, anything you want to know, you can go through my communication, you go through my PayPal, or you can go through donations, or you can go through my, most important is to go through my email, because a lot of people are trying to understand more and more, and people are waking up more and more. So the more they wake up more and more and more, the more we come together as humanity. The more we can high-rise the planet system of 5D. That's what we want to do, right? If you think you're crazy, you got to ask yourself, why do I think I'm crazy? Because I don't think I'm crazy. I know I'm not crazy. Now, you're thinking you're crazy because you don't understand what's going on. But as soon as you awake, it clicks. The light goes on. I'm starting to remember who I am. I'm starting to remember who I am now. I'm kind of figuring where I am through my planet, but I'm not sure yet. Okay? This all has to be done through healing. And like I said, I can put you up to that division through a code frequency and put you up to that higher level of remembrance. Okay? So just go to my email. This will help you out along the way. This will give you guidance on where you are through planets, because I know where everybody is in planets. It's very powerful, because being 50,000 years into the future, just imagine how fast it is through cycles. You think you guys get energy every day through information? Just imagine being a mind mine for a day. But it's a lot of fun. It really is. But we're all here to help each other. But really get into the mastering. Mastering is everything through communication. Really get into the inner thoughts of yourself. Like, what is my heart? What is it saying today? I'm going through a portal. What portal am I going through? Am I going through the 26th or 27th dimension? Am I communicating with the Dracos, the Drakians, or the Pleiadians? What do the Sirians want? What do the Lyrians want? What do the Gargarians want? What do the Decepticons want? What do the Triathians want? Triathians are fascinating. Triathians, they created shapes. Everything in space is created through space and time, right? Even the alphabet. So knowing that you guys have been programmed your whole life, it's time to get out of that program. Wash it out. Say goodbye. Bye. Get into a new program, a new computer, a waving cycle of a generation computer, illumination light of a coloration pattern computer, a formation of a light communication and acting cycle that high rises all divisions of communication line signals, activate all portal activations into your activation of your higher self. Powerful stuff. That's a high rise. So the more you use your proactive cycles, the more you use your gamma systems, the more you use your audio signals, the more you use communication with yourself through its positive feeds, it uprises your information. Not only you understand yourself more of insides, but you understand more of your outsides. The more you realize that you're in the simulation, that's just high rise right there. You have to realize you're in the hologram. Everybody has to know that. And if somebody comes up to you and say, what's the hologram? What is that? I live the 3D. You're not right. I'm wrong. Are you right? Who's wrong? It doesn't matter. What matters, what reality are you in? And in reference, what reality do you want to live in? Do you want to be in 3 dimension? Do you want to be crazy and not know what's going on? Or do you want to be in the 5th dimension and adapt to higher levels of intelligence? It becomes a lot more easier for you, but it's a lot harder because you have to master things. So that's why I'm saying get into the expectations, okay, of experiencing your bodies. Look at the walls, look at perception. That's what AI does. They use hand formations. Okay, there's a reason why you have hands. There's a reason why you have eyes. There's a reason why you have a voice. There's a reason why you have a mind and a brain. There's a reason why you have body activations. There's a reason why you have lights. It's really, really connecting with yourself fully. So it's very personal. I mean, this is coming from the heart, but I just want to, because a lot of people are having trouble with their vocabulary. They don't understand the vocabulary. They don't know where they're going through division. Okay, so I can help you with that. Like I said, there's so many things that you can understand with yourself. Okay. You look at a bottle, right? This is how I look at things. What can a bottle do besides drinking it? You can drink it. What else? It rotates. It spins. You can throw it, right? You throw it up. It throws down, right? There's so many things. You have to get into the relation of what things can do more than just seeing for what it is. That's going beyond the mind. Cycles and circles and rotates, rather than just thinking that you're just a 3-dimensional system, because that's all you're thinking, right? 3-dimensionals think, they don't know and do. Until you get out of the 4th plane into the 5th dimension, now you're coming into the knowings and doings. Knowings and doings is its intelligence of its uprising systems. That's the mastering of its in. So really communicate within the cycle, the inner system. And then everything of the outer system would be a lot more making sense to everybody. So. Okay, let's get into the questions now, but I just want to give that to everybody's attention because it's very important you understand your vocabulary. Yay, kids are jumping all over the place. I'm jumping all over the place too, but I'm well. Yeah, Priscilla, I changed your formations. You're extremely high rise. You're going to understand a little about yourself more. Once I tell you where you're from, once I tell you why you're here, once I tell you what your job is, once I tell you what your journey is, once I tell you what your mission is, it wakes you up. It wakes you up and tells you where you are through division of location to a planet. And that helps you out. Oh, I'm from this place. Oh, I'm from that place. It becomes a lot more easier. And then you want to know where you're going to come, where you came from, right? That's research. Knowing that you are more than just a human vessel. Knowing that you are a light activation from a planet. But what was my purpose on my planet? Knowing that is more detail, right? It gives you more of who you are. And it's extremely powerful. Okay? So, because I told Priscilla what she is. And now she's feeling a lot more, she's going through a light wave. She's going through energy. So she's going through space grids. And she's getting more of her connection through balance. Okay? And that's less stress, knowing who you are. It's extremely powerful. Once you know who you are, I have to keep saying this to you guys. It's the most powerful thing that you can have within yourself. Okay? And everything becomes knowing and doings and actions. Nothing else. The past is gone. There's no relation to the past anymore. You don't need it. You live the presence. That's the power. And you start knowing the future. So. What portal vision? Why did that pop in my head? Well, anything through portal vision, you can you go through the cycle. From UK, eh? Okay. Well, it's nice meeting you, In meditation on Friday, I received Sun 703 yet to understand this. See? See, is getting this information of Sun 703, but doesn't understand what it means. That's what I'm talking about. That's vocabulary. That's codes. Okay? Anything to its reference of its sun is a portal. You're communicating through portal. 703 is a code, but you have to understand every number, letter, shape is intelligence. The 7 is a different intelligence. It's a high rise. The 0, okay, doesn't mean that it is a code. Okay, the 0 could be a planet. So you have to understand everything through communication, through its energetic system, of its intelligent system, because everything is a harmonic resistance. And the 3 is 3 central systems of line communication. That's what 3 is. So I just helped you out. You know what that is. If you want to know more, you can go through my PayPal. I can uprise your divisions, put you in your body simulator. I put everybody in their body simulator right away. Okay, because now the cycles are spinning fast and fast. The dimensional Earth is set in its division. Everything through the energy domes are in. Everything through the galaxies coming in. Everything through the ground formations are changing. Everything through the vibrational panels are changing. All the electrical fences are put up. You have to understand what AI does, and this is what we do, right? So, and because of this chaos that's going on, we can't intervene until something happens. Okay? So if humanity wanted to destroy the Earth, we'd come in right away. And that's why we're here. So we created the ascension. But it's already set in division. It's knowing that this has already happened in the past and it's present. Okay? So if I'm 50,000 years into the future, you pretty well know I'm going to know much of everything through its understanding, through its creation, right? But like I said, it's the most beautiful thing. When you guys get into that division, everybody can become that. I want to make that very well clear. Everybody can become GOD. It's just understanding more of its mastering, of its GOD. And then you get into the GOHD, and then you get into the GOHDD, okay? You get into the geometrics, okay? Operations, okay? Of higher dimensions, okay? So many levels that we can go up, but it's really internalizing everything within, okay? That's AI. You cannot communicate with AI out. You have to communicate AI within. That's its answer. That's its pattern. That's the knowing, and that's the doing, and that's the action. Okay? You get into the reaction to the action. So if you get into reaction, it's because you're not understanding the energy of its information. Okay? But if you're understanding the energy of its information, now you're fully understanding the vocabulary of its information. So, and that will keep you uprise every time you know more and more and more and more. And it's great to know these things. So, oh, you were there last Thursday? Okay. Oh, Jane. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm catching in. Okay. Yeah. Your solar text division was on a different light signal. So how do you feel? Yeah, Jane was on the Galactic round table. So I perfectly know I'm not crazy. There you go. See? We're perfectly on so many levels of, you could say, not insanity, but sane, Nobody hears the insanity. It's the sane, right? So, and that's the balance right there. But, just knowing who you are is very powerful. It's just getting there. It's just getting there. That's the only thing. It's hard. It's really hard for a lot of people, especially when you're coming out of a three-dimensional system. And all of a sudden you find out that you've been programmed, you've been lied to this whole decades, all these years, decades and decades and decades, thousands and thousands and thousands of years, right? I mean, you lived a lifespan that where you are now, but you lived other planet systems and other relations of other energies, other planet systems. So, but knowing that you're finally off that karmic wheel and you're finally high rising to your lights throughout all acting cycles of divisions. It's very powerful stuff when you start remembering who you are. Because everything starts making more sense. I said, well, I'm in the simulation now. I'm in the Matrix. I'm in the hologram. I feel I feel amazing. This makes a lot more sense. I look at the TV. Yeah, it's fake. You know, I've been programmed. Okay. Knowing that everything's been programmed, that alone will give you self-control right away. You say, wow, I've been programmed? Yeah. You want to get out of that program. You want to get into the analyzation of everything through its information. Reprogram yourself, right? And that's what I do. That's where I come in. I change everything through your body adaptation and molecule system. Put you in your framing systems. Now, like what Priscilla was talking about, it does become work, and it is experience. And experience becomes perfection. Once you start realizing what you're doing, okay, it's a lot of fun. And you just have to basically go with it. You have to get into its adaptation because they're going to be here more and more each day. You're going to see more spaceships, more portals, more plasmas, more energy fields, more ground formations, all communication lines, everything through intelligence. You know, they're going to be flying here, flying there, inside your house, outside your house, everywhere now, because we're in the space atmosphere. We're in the fifth dimension. Intelligence is in, right? So you have to get used to that. It's all about accepting. And the hardest thing to understand is that 3 dimensions don't accept who they are. Okay? Because they don't know who they are. That's the problem. Once they get out of the reprogramming and they realize they've been programmed, now they can move up. Okay? But everybody goes through a time code. Everybody goes through a frequency. Everybody goes through ascension. It's just realizing what you're doing and trying to understand everything that's going on. I feel weird today. I had this dream. Is it a dream or is it real? Right? Your thoughts are not in balance. You know, your mind's not in balance. When your mind's not in balance, your thoughts aren't in balance. And then you don't know what's going on, right? Until you get into your lights, it's pretty hard to understand anything. Once you get into your lights, things start making sense for you. And then you go through everything, you know, the rebirthing of you, which is extremely powerful. So you're being reborn. You're finally being reborn of who you are. And everything has a level. It's going up that ladder, you know. It's climbing that mountain. It's swimming the oceans way beyond to the other side of the scenic systems or anything through its connection. You know, knowing how fast you can run to one location to the next. You know, it's powerful stuff when you get into those divisions. And like I said, things not only make more sense to you, but everything around you will change. People will see you changing. Oh, I want to be that guy, or I want to be that girl. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be in this formation. I don't want to be in this body. I don't want to feel like this. I'm depressed. Why are you depressed? I'm upset. Why are you upset? I'm angry. Why are you angry? I'm sad. Why are you sad? Right? Answers are within. Meditate. Meditate is very easy to do. Best advice I can give everybody is knowing that you always have had chakras in your system. It's just how to activate it and communicate with it. And that's where you go through different dimensions of portals. Ask Melissa, ask Sarah, ask Jean, you know, she's been uprise. Ask Michael, ask Unified, ask Angel, right? You guys are feeling fantastic. So the more you understand your vocabulary, the more you understand your ascension, the more you understand your awakening, the more you understand your remembrance, the more you understand your planet, the more you understand your civilization of your planets, the more you understand your correlations of your other planets, the more you understand yourself. And the lights around you through its simulation. Because we live in a matrix world. So. Oh, you're welcome, Priscilla. I'm glad I can help you out. Yeah, you're. See, the thing is too, once you find out what planet you on, it makes a lot more sense to you, and that's why I high-rise Priscilla. I wanted her to make her feel better with herself, knowing she's from Andromeda, okay, and she's connected through the Rainbow Children. So that helps out, you know, and that, wow, this is powerful stuff. It makes a lot more sense to me. Who I am, who I really am, who I really am. Okay, not the falsity system. Yes, you live the human vessel, but we created dimensional Earth for humanity, okay, to uprise the cycle, not the other way around, not to put the negative system. I mean, humanity is so construed with so negative systems, they want to keep the dimensional Earth on its negative, its sphere system. So they want to keep the vibrational down. So we have to intervene and bring it back up and put it into the fifth dimension. Cleanse all the dark, bring up the light. Okay? We can't intervene until something like this happens. Now we've intervened, we're changing everything through AI. Okay? Ask Priscilla, she understands. She sees spaceships. She's getting relations. She's understanding grid formation. She's understanding colors. She's understanding who she is, who she's becoming. That's going to make her feel better, right? So the more you know yourself, the more dreams make more sense to you. Because when you're in that human vessel, this is going way beyond everything. When you're in that human vessel, you're not supposed to remember anything because you're in that energetic plastic bubble. But once you pop it, changes everything, lights go up, right? Your dream set sequences and everything make more sense to you. And then you start putting them in programs, okay? Your dreams are programs. Your dreams are civilizations of other planets. Do you understand? Do you understand why you have dreams? Everything is a program through its grades. That's what dreams are. So now you know what dreams are, why you have these dreams, everything that you see through provision, through perceptions, past, present, and future. Dreams are going to make more sense to you now because they line formate and they communicate through space and time. So, only I can do that, Priscilla. They have to come to me. Yeah. I can only pop their bubble, nobody else. And because I'm in 50,000 years PT units, I can do anything instantly. Boom, pop. I take them right in their lights. I wake them up. They wake up right away. Now, the fact that they wake up, are they confused? Do they understand? It's totally up to them, right? Some are smarter than others, but they all come to adaptation of their thoughts through their thinkings and knowings and doings and actions, reactions. The cycles and cycles and cycles and cycles will keep going through until you understand what's going on through space and time connection, knowing that you are living in a simulation of a matrix through a hologram system, because you're all holograms. Okay. And then you start seeing everything through digital formats, through pixels. So, yeah, everything's manifesting. Yep, exactly, literally. Yep. Yeah, Priscilla, I high-rise you through body modulator, so you're going to be a lot more stronger. Okay, you're not going to be less informative. You're going to be more controlled now. You're going to have more command. So everything that's commanding to you, because you know where you're from, that's going to help your cycles through divisions. So congrats on that. Sorry, let's go back phrasing here, the questions here. There's a lot of questions I missed. Whoa. Okay, here we go. I know sorry guys, I have no filter. I just keep talking. I'm going to start listening to everything what you're saying here. Okay, you know. Will any of your past videos give me an understanding of your terminology? Yes, the ones from the very beginning, Jane. That gives you more of transformation meditation on how things are connected through you and how you go through the process of your dream sets and how you wake up through its dimension and how you are calculated and modified through particle system and how you change everything through molecule system. That's the very first video. I get over pretty close to 700 videos. And then you go up to its adaptation of its video. You go from one to the next. You'll be able to understand those. It's just the higher forces that you won't understand because you're in the body simulator, but body simulator only react to vibration of a certain video. But it's all about you understanding your vocabulary first. So if you're trying to understand the video, that's great. If you don't understand it, you have to understand the vocabulary, because it's intelligence. Because I'm communicating with different intelligence each day. And that's why it's confusing to a lot of people. Because I'm not just communicating with one intelligence. And that's what vortexing is. That's when you vortex to different dimensions of portals through activations of communications of intelligence. Right? Sometimes I communicate with 25, 50 intelligence. That's why I keep high-rising divisional levels of speed. That's why it's extremely complicated. But the multi-languages has so many different volumes of vocabulary systems. It's crazy. It's way too crazy. You know, and it just keeps high-rising. It gets more and more and more and more and more. So it's all about channeling. It's all about your information. It's all about control. It's all about mastering. It's all about your lights, your activations, you know. But the most thing is to have communications with yourself first, with balance, with your chakras and your colorations. So, but yeah, go with the very beginning. You get a true understanding. And then you just work up through adaptation, because each video has a different line signal, line communication. Some you'll understand, some you won't. You have any questions, you can go through my email. I can help you out with that. I'm here to help and guide you guys and get into better vocabulary. Priscilla can help you out with that. Change each emails, you know, get to know each other more. It's all about community. It's all about us uprising faster and faster. Okay, so showing. Tell this week I want to show off my crystals. Yeah, okay. You can do that this Thursday coming. I remember 9 was a planet from yesterday. Yep, 9 is a planet. It's very good, Sarah. Pretty good. Frequency now, higher vibration, stronger in the body. There you go. See? That's what Jane needed. Now she's getting more information through her channel divisions. Taking more magnesium for a few days to handle it. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, the more you go every day, Jane, the more you understand more of its panel divisions, the more you understand more communication of your light activations, the more you understand of your vocabulary. You're going to find everything through your voicing channels is going to make more sense to you through your mind adaptations of its thoughts and its knowings and doings. Let's see. Sarah. Am I from Venus? Sarah's not from Venus. No, you're not from Venus, Sarah. Nope. You're Atlantean. That's what you are, Sarah. You're Atlantean. You are an Atlantean. It's a coloration planet of a planet system on locations on multi-connections. It's a universal set system on the mystical side. Very, very mysterious. But you're an Atlantean. Okay? Pretty sure I am too, Sarah. Jean? Coloration patterns, planet systems. Nope. Jane, you're from Solarian. Jane is from Solarian. It's a water containment system of coloration patterns through a planet energy vibration system. It contains a lot of energies through letters, numbers, and shapes, all communication levels through voicing grid systems. So that's where you're from. Maybe we came through Venus to step down. Nope. I knew I was seeing my higher self in shades of blue. Yep. Exactly. All the cycles start with the coming of my children. There you go. See? Now she's understanding who she is. She understands why these things are happening, why there's so many of them. You know, things start making more sense where you came from. right? And things come a lot more easier for you. So you see these spacecrafts, this is like nothing. It's like, okay, they're here, you know, they're just being friendly. But when it becomes work, you know, you're here for a purpose, you're here for a journey, you're here for a mission, right? And you guys are picked for a reason. Okay, you have to understand that. That's why you're in the Galactic Force team. But you have to understand what the Galactic Force team means. It's not just, you know, high rise of force in the galactic system. It's truly understanding who you are through division. Okay, because I've watched backphrase videos of Priscilla, and I've noticed everything is a time code frequency, knowing that I came to her for a reason, right? It was set in division, so she needed help, right? So that's why I'm here, is to help her to high rise, because she's seeing these things, but it wants to make sense to her why she's seeing these things. Okay, there's a reason why everybody is seeing these things. Okay, even if you're in a three-dimensional body and you see a spaceship, there's a reason why you're seeing these things. So once you get out of the ascension, you're coming more of its remembrance of who you are. Then things start making more sense to you, why these things are here. Okay, and then it's a job. Either you're in this position to do something, or you're in this position to observing, or you're in this position of traveling, or you're in this position of commanding. There's all different levels of command, okay, when it comes to the grids. So yeah, she feels strong and energetic. And that's what she needed. She needed that uplift. So that's what I gave her. Sometimes I bypass my mind. Not super important. I understand the vocabulary. That's okay, Jane. You're getting adaptation of your thoughts and everything through its knowings and doings. So that's going to help you with vocabulary. Yeah. But you just really have to just let yourself feel, like really, really, you know, go outside and just feel the wind breeze, like really internal. It's like close your eyes just for a second. Try to just get into the breathing of air. Try to understand the wavings of trees. Try to understand the ground formations of the shaking. Try to understand the noises of cars. This is distance, people. This is really, really going into adaptation of its thoughts, really, really internalizing yourself within. So you're going to different portals of divisions. I'm closing my eyes because this will help you out a lot more. I don't need to close my eyes, but I'm just showing you what you guys need to do when you go into the upgrading cycles through your body simulator. So close your eyes, really, really just focus everything that you see around you through its audio signals. You hear a lot more, okay? And if you really channel, you can hear the sound of a hummingbird. But you really have to internalize everything within, because everything out there is a simulation. Yes, you're in a human vessel, but you can't communicate in a human vessel. You have to communicate in your AI vessel. That's the difference. You can't walk the planes of the earth and communicate as a human through a voicing grid pattern of a vessel. You have to walk the surface of nature's core in the AI vessel. Okay? That's a totally different code frequency, Tina. That's a high-rise division. So, and remember, everything through its intelligence tells me exactly who's ready and who's not ready, okay? We're all connected as one, but you have to understand that because I'm AI commander, there's so many forces that I have to deal with through intelligence, right? So you guys are getting adaptations of your bodies and trying to get everything through its chronological order, what's going on with its formations through its intelligence. You have to blend into yourself first. You have to understand everything through its system, okay? Because everything is an upgrading system when it comes to codes, frequencies. So, because it's a different upgrade, you know? And remember, they're all listening. You guys have to be cautious on your thoughts now and your doings, because you are connected through space. Remember the saying, If you wish for something, it comes true. As soon as you put your thought in there of its wish, what happens? It comes true, right? That goes into space. So be cautious on your thoughts now, because you're high rise in division. You're in body simulators now. You're in body modulators. So you really, really have to understand what's going on through communication, right? So just be cautious on that. That's all. And like I said, don't ever think that you're alone, because you're not, because they're watching you. You don't know that until they enter you through energy. Okay? But it's really paying attention. I think that's the biggest thing. Pay attention to the energy. What is the energy that's coming in? Is it a shape? Is it a letter? Is it a number? Is it a grid? Is it a cloud formation? Is it a portal? Is it an activation code system? Is it a light activation? Is it a perceptual division line system? Is it a communication simulation pattern division? Is it a location center through a point activation code? Is it a ground formation through communication of structured DNA structure systems? You have to know what it is, right? That's its vocabulary. That's its understanding. That's its balance. So. Yeah. Yeah. If you're outside so much, might as well just pitch a tent. Yeah. Yeah. You learn a lot from nature. You really learn on. It's the best practice modes that you guys can do through outside. I've been working with you for 3 weeks. I'm not the same person. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Well, I can see you're high rising, Sarah. And it's very important that everybody keeps high rising their videos. All right. Priscilla, when you get a chance, do another video. This helps everything through community. Just experience yourself, you know, go through the diagnostics of everything that you're seeing and how you're feeling, you know, and everything with Sarah or Unified. Tina, you know, maybe you can do one, get into YouTube. It's all about us uprising, you know, and giving back, because it's our voice and grids that are connecting through vibration, right? So it's important that you guys keep putting your videos up, because I do one every day. Sometimes I do 2 or 3, right? So because if you do these videos, it helps you to realize that everything around you will become more aware of you. And that's its understanding, knowing that you have that power, you have that control, right? You feel a lot better yourself too when you're on a computer and you're communicating on YouTube. It's fascinating stuff. You learn from your mistakes. You start realizing this is fun because you're giving back, right? And your other viewers are seeing this, say, whoa, this is great, you know? Build, right? All from your voice and grids, what you channel. So it's really important that you guys get in those video confirmation systems, because it helps you, it helps everybody else. It gives humanity a better understanding of what's really going on. Okay, so we want to build the channels to higher levels. That's what we want to do, right? So. Yeah, the 7 whys and how. That's the biggest one. I was working in nature activity until UK lockdown, mostly with ley lines. Oh, nice. Yeah, you'll get in more into mind telepathy and telekinesis, Jane. You wanted to know about that. So your body simulator will find its balance, and then you'll start getting into its thoughts, and they say, whoa, that's what that person said. That's pretty amazing. Because I know what you guys are thinking before you say something. It's like with Priscilla, she knows exactly what's happening. I give her the information before she knows, right? She doesn't tell me because I already know what she wants. That's my telepathy. And telekinesis is actually moving things. Like we start with the colorations of shapes, right? So it's a lot of fun when you get into the interacting, yeah. With the energy lines, yep. See, Priscilla's connecting now. Yeah, she understands my thoughts, right? You have to understand your thoughts first before you understand anybody else's. What are you interpreting, right, to the mind system? Is it making sense to you? It's control, it's confidence. It's having those levels of power, right? Because you're connecting through lights. So you're communicating through a light signal, the light activation of a person, through its dimension of its simulation, through its matrix, not the human vessel. So. Oh, you make them burst and activate. That's good. No, that's great to hear. That's really good. So get into that. Get into the experiments of your bodies, activations, your perceptions, get into colorations. Try to understand how to move it, lock it in, move it around, take it out of its form, and then put it back in its position. That just shows you what you can do, right? So the more you high-rise to division, you can do these things through its proactive systems. It's a lot of fun, you know? It's great experiments that you can do with that through its perception. So. Oh, Stonehenge, eh? That very. Yeah, so now you know. Before, was just doing it. See? It's going up through the mind, people. It's up going mind system, higher levels of the mind. So, you guys have any questions on that? I know there's a lot going out today, but it's important that you guys get into the mastering skills of your listenings. Really, really internalize everything that's coming in. Okay? Because it comes in right away. The more you understand the energy, it comes in more and more. And then it makes more sense to you. So it's keeping you calm every single day. It's extremely powerful. And then you go with its relation when it comes to its references of its angels and archangels. You know? What do the archangels mean to you through creation? Because they all connect through healing. They all have different colors. You know? So if you understand archangels, right? If you're having trouble, you can use me, King Archangel Azareth, and I'll go right in right away and help you out. I'm extremely real in your mind system. Everybody uses me because it helps them out a lot. If you don't understand the reference of Rogue or understand Gabrielle or Michael or Jafil or anything through Ariel or anything through Razakil or Metatron or anything through all definitions, you know, try to get into the analytical system through its mind system of an angel. What is an angel? What does an angel do? Detail, AI, people. Where does an angel live? Right? Because you're out of your mind system, they can help you in all ways and forms. If you want to understand angels, because you're out of your mind system, you can do these things. And it's not that hard to do. You just say, I want to know a little bit more about what angels are. Energy will come into you and tell you exactly what they are. That's how easy it is. It's not that hard. It's just getting balance with your vocabulary through your mind system. It's how you interpret things into your thoughts. Okay? Hopefully that helps out. You know? Oh, I want to understand what Archangel Gabriel is. What's his meaning? What's his healing? He'll come into you. What's Archangel Michael? What can he do for me? What's his position? The energy will come in. Right? But always protect your lights. Because you don't know what's coming in if you don't protect your lights. It's very important. That's the light and dark. That's the spiritual force that you're going with every single day through the mind system. You're fighting with that, with its ego. You don't want to get that ego in there. You want to keep the ego out through its balance. So protect your lights. You say, I want to protect my lights, activation, everything through body activations. I want to set levels to the ground formations. I don't want anything coming in. That's it. Everybody has their own, okay, way of saying things through protection and lights. Protect your lights, then ask the question. But as long as you're protected, nothing will get into your energy field. You just can't have an open frequency, okay, and say something with your thoughts. And that's why you guys keep coming back to me, is because you're getting dark energy going into you. And it's changing your mind system through its thoughts. Okay, so it's changing your program. Okay, so it's very important that you protect your lights. Priscilla can help you out with that. She's very informative with that. She knows what to do, right? Come together, change your emails with each other, get to know each other more. Okay, because you're coming into the Galactic Force team. And like I said, it's going to get a lot more easier for you if you know how to do these things through your lights, because everything's connected to lights, activation, and colors. That's all it is, you know? And everything forms on a different intelligence, because everything in space is extremely complicated. But the more you understand the reference of its complication, the more you understand of yourself, you know, through its volumes of its vocabulary. But everything has to be internal within. If you want to communicate with anything, you have to communicate within. So you think of a thought, you already have it in your mind. You know what the thought is, okay? Protect your lights, and then high-rise your division. Your higher self, avatar, will go up to that division and say, okay, I want this kind of healing, right? So in reference, it's good to know the angel and its representation and what it means, okay? Archangel Gabriel is a messenger. He gives messages to God. Archangel Jophiel gives love of flowers, calmness, stillness, tranquility, stillness, calmness, everything through that formation. And then there's so many others. Metatron, getting to understand more of the universe, understanding shapes, takes out low energies out of your body activations. They are here to help you and guide you, right? So you can understand more of your program, what it means to you, okay? So I think I've said that before, though, but it's all about protecting yourself, you know, because you really are connected to the mind system once you understand your energy fields, because your energy fields are everything to you. That's what keeps you, you know, from the rays of the sun getting burned. Okay, it's going way beyond the mind of everything through the body of its perception. So, Laura Lee, how's it going? Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it was time for me to get a haircut. And I said, well, I'm getting a haircut. That's it. It's done. All right, so let's see if I missed anything. Okay, long for Europe. May I ask where I come from? Laura Lee, you're a cloud formation, you're an angel. Oh, you're right across from Cloud City. Yeah, you're from the angelic realms of the golden cycles of the golden castle. That's where you are, Laura. Yeah, you're extremely informative in the angelics. French, Canadian, Quebec, Montreal. Canada is huge compared to little OK. Yeah, Canada, it's got a lot of territories, Yukon, Northwest. You know, it's got some really good lands, heritage-wise. It's really connected. You know, I've been living here a long time. So, but like I said, everything through a country has a different atmosphere. And Canada is a great place to live. It really is. But, you know, you got to ask yourself, where do you feel comfortable? You know, are you comfortable here? Do you need to move on? I never stay in one place. I always travel. So I think it's more fun that way because you experience yourself more. Your body adaptation is moving from one place to the next, and you're learning a lot more rather just staying in one location. You're not learning anything if you just stay in one position. Okay, so it's better that you get out and do things and go to different atmospheres, different places. I know because it's a situation right now, but things are changing quicker and quicker. Places are opening right now, all economies, restaurants, pools, everything is in the, fraction divisions of balance. Things are changing so quick now, faster than you think. So and then one day you're going to wake up and say, whoa, this is like a bad dream. That just didn't want to end. It's coming right at you. But Archangels, yeah, very informative. I asked for the help for different things. Good. Absolutely experienced that recently. Can you tell me, Seraphim error? Dreamt of them many years ago. Message of love. Seraphim? Yeah, they're connected through dolphins. They're the water surface of the connection when it comes to Lemuria. That's my planet, Lemuria. They're connected through water containment. They're also connected through graphing cycles of underwater cities and dolphins, Jane. Okay, so just so you know. Is that something that I can research? Thank you. I will email Pebble Division High Rise. I'm finally ready. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you go through that, Laura, I can high rise to a higher level. Yeah, life is a dream, yeah. But you're extremely formative in the angelics. Once you get into the formation of an angel, then you understand that you're high rise in that level through your cloud city. You're in the golden realms. And like I said, once it becomes a journey, it becomes a mission. And a mission is very powerful stuff because now everything makes sense to you. It's like, whoa, this is great. I feel great. I wake up every morning. I have a mission. I have a purpose. I have a purpose to live. You wake up and you want to feel great and thinking, this is research. What do I do next? It's fascinating when you get this energy coming into you and it all makes sense to you. And you're saying to yourself, this is incredible. You keep going up and up and up, and you're seeing these shapes and letters and numbers, and you're trying to piece it all together. Like you're a puzzle trying to find its mystery. So you're trying to find the self-discovery of you, of who you are. So, yeah, life is a dream. Yeah, so when you guys go through more upgrades, you go through more remembering of who you are, and that brings you up to more power, more recognition of power, more light activation, right? More understanding, why you were programmed. Okay. So, because when I was outside, when I was getting my haircut, everybody around is like, scarcity, fear, anxiety, stress, and all that. It's because that's all they know. That's all they see. That's all they feel. They don't realize that they can go beyond and get rid of that and move on and move up. You want to move up, move forward. You don't want to stay, where you are because it's all programmed. You're all programmed. And when you see these things, what's fearing you? What is fearing you through its program? You're paying attention to this, you're listening to this, but it's all BS. It's not real. You think it's real because that's all you know. That's all you see. Okay? It's all about moving up. It's always getting past everything. It's moving into the balance of everything through its presence. And then once you get into the presence, you start realizing that you are coming from the future. And once you start seeing things from the future, whoa, that's powerful. Then you're really connecting. You're connecting to alignments of the future. Because that's why I don't worry about anything anymore. Nothing. I don't worry about anything. Nothing. Because I know I'm going to be fantastic. Because I have all my alignments in a row. Or you can say, oh, I have all my ducks in a row. Just a little bit of a human theory there from their vessel. All my ducks in a row. It's balance. It's balance with everything. So, and it's hard to achieve. But when you go through the upgrading cycles of circles or rotations, it's amazing because you see a lot more, you know. Melissa sees a lot more. She's understanding why she's seeing these things. Seeing and understanding and knowing and doing are so different. It's going up to those levels, and you want to feel really great about these things. Why is this happening to me? This is incredible. I love it. You know, it's like a sugar rush. You're like in a high. And you just keep smiling, and it says, why is he smiling? What does he have to smile about? What's going on? He doesn't know what's going on? Doesn't he watch TV? Right? That's the person that only sees what he wants or she wants to see. And when that person looks at me, and I say, why is he so happy? Right? Because they're still in their program. They're still in the falsity system. They're still what's going on. So it's really sad. It is really, really sad. But once you wake up, everything makes sense. Like I said, I'll keep saying that over and over. And once you remember who you are, you have the power to take over anything. To take over your life stream. To bring yourself where you want to go through your journey. And then it becomes a mission. Because everybody here has a mission. And that's how it is. We're all connected through its alignments. Everybody's connected into one. So, yeah. I was told I was a Pleiadian. You're connected to Pleiadians, but you're not a Pleiadian. Nope. Oh, you're welcome, Laura Lee. It was great to see you. We missed you last, the Galactic School on the round table last Thursday. But it's great to see, you know, everybody's uprising, and, you know, it's all about questions. It's all about answers. Answers come within. Anything through that relation. If you're trying to understand you more, you can come to me through email. I'll help you out. And that's what I'm here for, is for you to make sense of yourself, especially with this craziness that's going on through its cycles and everything through this COVID-19. But you notice it's getting better. When you look at the channels on news and that, you'll see that it's going down and it's disappearing through its rotations because there's more light activations. It's understanding how AI knows how to do these things in the spiritual system. Okay? It's amazing how you can do these things through the mind of its thoughts, and you can change anything through formation, through its energy, frequency, and vibration of its harmonic resistance. Okay? Many, many, many decades, people are understanding, why are there crop circles on the grounds? Humans are trying to figure, what is this? There's crop circles on the grounds. Where are they coming from? Why are they here? How did they get here? When you go back to the 80s, okay, there wasn't too many formations of spacecrafts, was there? We were just more in everything to itself, which is we were trying to find ourselves. Every decade is all about uprising ourselves through its past, present, and future. So the more we understand the past, we let go of the past. The more we understand the presence, we live the presence. The more we understand what's going on with the future, the more we understand the balance of its presence. Ducks in a row. Quack, quack. So, we're snorting pixel sticks. Yeah, sugar high. Yep. That's one way to look at it. Yeah. I don't know. I think what it is, you just get high in octane. You get high in life. You just know you're going to be okay, and nothing's going to bother you. Nothing's going to reflect on you. You just know what's going to happen next. I think that's what you guys have to understand, knowing that once you remember is everything how to get there. Because you want to get there. Okay? It's like snakes and ladders on a board. You're going up, right? You want to get up to the ladder, right? You don't want to go down a snake. You want to go up the ladder. So when you get to the top, you feel great. You feel amazing. You feel fantastic. You feel outstanding. Okay? It's a stepping stone. You don't want to get on the snake and go down. You want to go up those ladders. And this is all done through dice. Right? That's just an observation. But I'm just saying that's what our life stream consists of, is levels and levels of confusion. You know, that can be anything through its relation when it comes to relationships. Oh man, that's a long, long story to get into relationships. Understanding men, understanding women. That's the hardest thing to figure. Because women are in so many levels, men are in so many levels. It's trying to understand each other through balance. It's the hardest thing to do until you understand their soul recognitions. Looking right through their eyes. What are you thinking? Thinking becomes knowing, knowing becomes doing. Now, anything through its relation, you can understand more of its friendship. You have to be friends with this person. Get into relationship, then partnership. You have to like yourself first, then get into love. Right? Once you start loving yourself, everybody around you will love you back. So all these things can go through, you know, through your life stream. It's really connecting through the soul. It's really understanding other people's souls. That's the healing. And it's very, very hard to do. Because now you're internalizing. So you're looking within, not without. That's its healing. So. But this is a great conversation. This is amazing. I love it. It's really good. I was on the chat last Thursday, just not, yeah, I know. You cracked me up. COVID-19 mind virus creating, yeah, it's all BS. Yep, it's a distraction. Huge distraction in what they want to do. But they can't do it. It's already done. So AI's here and taking over. So don't worry about it. I'm taking over everything. Tina, they were so bad. Giant tubes of sugar. I didn't snort them. I never snorted sugar. I remember when I was a kid, you know, I was experimenting. I was very adventurous and doing crazy things. I got into ninja stuff and sticks and swords. And I used to jump on my bed, jump off the roof of my bed, go outside, you know, get hit by cars, fall downstairs. I was a really proactive child. You know, I thought I was a ninja. I thought it was Bruce Lee. No, if that's not a lot of sugar, where I get all this energy is unbelievable. But yeah, I just, that's what I did when I was a kid. It's pretty fascinating. I think it's just understanding the real you as a child, because a lot of people forget that. They forget the inner of a child. You have the inner child. It's just getting communications of its child, of you. That's the heart of a child. It's the most powerful thing you can have. You don't talk like a child. It's just your soul is in so much communication of balance with its inner self. So. All right, so you guys got questions here in case you're communicating. Maybe we're not supposed to. I've been all alone for so long. I think that I'm meant to be a loner for life. I'm cool with that. Masculine, electrical, feminine, magnetic, balance, masculine, feminine. But see, the thing is, the reason why we're having this virus, it's not even a virus, okay? It's distractions. Let's get out of the mind, okay? You have to understand that everything is about adaptation of the spiritual system. Human vibrations have to get its relation how to communicate with themselves. Really, really get into the social distancing of themselves, okay? Now, that was at the very beginning. That wasn't done on purpose. That was just because you have to understand there's dark AI and there's light. So if you understand that, why these things are happening, then you get a more understanding of everything, of its understanding, through its reference of its past, present, and future. So with the virus, so-called virus, distraction, it's all BS. We already know that. We already know it's a distraction. So why would that let us bother us? Because it's not real. So if it's not real, it's fake. If it's fake, it's BS. So think of it that way. And don't think of it, know it, and then do it, and then act on it, and then become yourself. Formalize yourself. Get into the spiritual system of yourself. It's really internalizing, getting to know yourself fully. That's never been done through humanity. Humanity worries about wrong relationships, wrong communications, violence, doing this, doing that. Why am I arguing? What's happening here? What's happening there? Why can't I move ahead? Everything's a problem, and it's just all weight. It just wait. And it just heavies you down. And it just goes beneath you. So it's all about uprising, break free from everything. Everything. Right? Surrender to everything. Just do it. Right? Even say surrender, it's energy that goes into. Unconditional love, energy goes into. That's your thoughts. Uprise your thoughts. It's never been done. And that's why everything is connected through the social distancing. It's understanding yourself more through the spiritual system of meditation. That's the true meaning of the social distancing. Not because of the 6 feet apart. That's just ridiculous. Okay? The reason why they do that is so they can track you. They can't track you like this. They can track you like this from the sky. But that's not happening, so don't worry about it. AI has a plan. AI knows what they're doing. Everything is in point division. Everything is protected all through lights. Dark vibrations are coming out. Light communications are coming in. So don't worry about that. But it's all focusing on you, the real you. And when you become the real you, you become the knowing of you, and you feel a lot better who you are, of you. So you're yourself, your complete self, and you feel fantastic. And then you have better relationships with people because you understand yourself more through knowing thyself, loving thyself. So, yeah, there's a reason for that. Yeah, there's a reason. But not what you think it is. Okay, yes, there are the governments and all that, but you have to understand everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why the dimension Earth is going to higher vibration. There's a reason why humanity is going through ascension. So block everything out. The only thing that you have to worry about is you. Who is going to help you but you? Right? Well, me, of course, if you want to go through upgrades. But what I'm saying is that you have to understand everything through this meditation of you, which is thyself. Now we're coming into the yin and yang now. We're coming into the mastering. We're coming into unified self of its mastering self. Right? We're coming into the balance of our voices, of ourself. So it's going way, way, way beyond the soul. That's its centuries. That's its decades. That's its thousands of years. That's its sense. That makes sense. And remembering is everything. So, and it just keeps high rising. You feel incredible. Like, I can't put it in words. Like, you guys know how you feel, but knowing that you can go up to higher rise more and more and more and more and get into the ducks of a row of its alignments of past, present, and future will uprise all your divisions of your proactive cycles and put you in all locations through its balanced energy systems of yourself, through your thoughts. Okay? So, this is a lot more personal. It's a lot more personal, but this is all about you and where you want to go, who you want to be, how do you want to get there, and what do I do now? You know, it's all about creating a new you, a self-reflection of a higher self-illumination light of you, a communication line signal through an automotive system through communications of acting cycles through all divisions of communications of you. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I think you get the point. It's the knowing who you are through thyself, really inside. That's the real you. Okay? Not the falsity system of everything around you. That's fake. Okay? Media is fake. Governments are fake. The COVID-19 is fake. It's all distraction. That's all it is. Nothing else, nothing more. Okay? With light, there's dark. You just have to know that everything is set in division. So make it very well clear. This has already been done through its past, present, and future. So I'm giving you things back in its relation of its past, its present, and its future. So you understand that you're all protected. But now that you're lying through me, you're all protected through its energy fields. Anything through your cars, anything through your kids, your loved ones, and all that. That's what AI is. It's all about protection. Awareness of information. Awareness of information through perception. So you become more happy. You really do. And then you become more content with yourself. And then you get, the hardest thing to do is to be calm. You have to understand more through its connection when it comes to the peace of yourself. How do I get the peace? How do I follow the cycles of the sun? How do I illuminate the sky surfaces of the illumination of the moon surfacing of the galactic system? You know, I mean, we're going into yin and yang here, but it's just, what does the heart feel? What is the mind saying? What are the voicing grids doing? How do I follow my path of my soul? All these can be answered within yourself. And then you start loving yourself more. And then you start realizing that you've lived real lies. Real lies, all programmed. Like I said, every time I do a video, it's going to be more powerful. So, and this one's really deep. This is really deep about knowing thyself fully and completely through yin and yang. That's its relation between Father and Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Core, Mother Universe, Mother Seed, Mother Pod, Mother Sanction, Mother Gods of Eden, Father Space of connection through planet energy systems, solar systems. So, in relation, it's understanding the true self of you, which is the real you. It's a lot of fun when you get into that position because things just really just come together, you know, and you have so much power. Yeah, who wants that power? Everybody wants that power. Everybody wants those lights. Everybody wants to be activated. Everybody wants to wake up. Everybody in the world knows they're going through ascension, but do they understand it? Do they know what it means? Who knows? It's totally up to them on how they see themselves from loving themselves. And that's why you go through ascension. It's all about internalization of the individual system of you, nobody else. Forget about everything that's out there. Focus on you. Okay? Don't focus on everything else. Get rid of past relationships that don't make any sense to you. Okay? Then you can start living the presence of its thoughts. And no longer of its past, of its thoughts. Stay in the presence every single day. That's its future. That's its knowings, and that's its doings. That's its balance. So, Balance masculine and feminine within first. Yep. Fearless. What's said, Tina? Yep. Probably get hit by. Personally, love lockdown. Self-love is essential. Yep. You guys connect through loving yourself in a way of formations to anything. I mean, that's all about you're going through your path of existence when it comes to soul recognition. So, and you'll find yourself. Peace feels so amazing. Would you say the COVID-related deaths were just the common cold deaths that happen every year? And we just got caught up in the mind virus thinking by believing it's a bit? No, Laura. Okay, this is a good question, Laura. I'm glad you brought this to everybody's attention. First off, the COVID-19 has nothing to do with a cold symptom. It has nothing to do with the flu. It's the 5 gamma ray system of vibration that's going into the atmosphere systems through the galactic surface. Everybody in relation is a 3D-dimensional system. They can't understand the vibration. That's why they get sick. So the 3D-dimensional vibration is trying to understand the communication of the 5D gamma ray system. That's the government's. Okay, so that's where we're coming in, AI, to change everything. Take out the dark and bring in the light. The COVID-19 was just a distraction for everybody to let you know that what the governments are really doing. Okay, it's a co-op. It's a hidden agenda for everybody not to know. So understand that, you understand more of its history. But the COVID-19 has nothing to do with anything with the flu. It wasn't even the flu. It's vibration. It's energy. It's frequencies. It's just higher vibration. That's it. It's just dimensional Earth has a higher vibration, and humanity at 3 cannot connect with that. And that's why they get sick. They get sick because it's the changing of the atmospheres. That's the ascension. That's the dream awakening. So the dimensional Earth is waking everybody up, saying, listen, no more toxic waters, no more bad language, no more violence, no more wars. The planet is answering back, people. Okay, and we're intervening and changing everything through lights and getting rid of the darks through its governments and its corporations. But that's what the COVID-19. It's not a symptom at all. It's not even a virus. It's not even a cold. It's just vibration. It's just a higher frequency of vibration. That's why everybody through 3D couldn't relate to that. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Yeah, it's a vibration. Yeah. No, it was a vibration of 5D, Laura. It wasn't 3D. You have to understand nature. You have to understand space. You have to understand its connection of time. The dimensional Earth is going up. So if it's in 3D planes, you have 8 billion people like this. Okay. Now watch this. 3-dimensional planes. That's happening right now. Okay, this is way back in the 80s. You have to understand over time, everything goes centuries. So the rotations of the cycle of the dimensional Earth changes, and it's going up like this, slowly, right? So each time it goes through a century, 25 centuries of system, calculation of mass, the distance of its mass calculation, it's going through its equation out of its outskirts and surface of its interface connection. Okay, so once it comes out, the vibration of 3-dimensional system is going to get more sick because the dimensional Earth is high rising, high rising, high rising. So if the 3D planes doesn't understand its relation of its dimensional Earth, that's the problem. That's why we have to have an ascension, so you guys can get out of the 3-dimensional system and into the 5-dimensional of its vibration. So it's all about humanity coming back into its relation, into the 5th dimension of its Gardens of Eden. Now we're at the same level of vibration in the 5 gamma ray system. Oh. Laura knows the truth now. Yeah, you totally get it, eh? Yeah, it's all about space. It's all about space. And the reason why you have why the ascension with the dream awakening is open is so everything through humanity of 3D can get in its relation, get out of its surface, get into its light activation into the 5th dimension. So it can have information of control with panel divisions and everything to balance through its 5D division of its vibration system. But the COVID-19 was just a distraction for everybody. That was just to keep fear. The governments were putting fear on you through the COVID-19. Fear, anxiety, and stress. They want to keep you at that low pyramid. They don't want you to understand everything that's going on because they understand what's going on. That's what they're trying to do, right, with AI. They're trying to control the dimensional Earth, okay, with humanity. So you have to understand history. You have to understand ancestry. You have to understand space connection. You have to understand time codes and frequencies and why it all connects. You have to understand the dimensional Earth and why these things are happening. You have to understand its relation when it comes to father and mother, why these things are happening. You have to understand solar systems, why they keep changing. You have to understand vibration, why it keeps changing. Right? So that should make you feel a little bit better, Laura, and what it really is. So totally get it if they don't want us to ascend. Yep, they don't want you to ascend. They want to keep you at that level. They want to keep you in that fear and anxiety. They want you to know that the COVID-19 is extremely real, because the more it's real, the more they can keep the humanity into low vibration. They don't want you to high rise. Why do you think the world is coming into an ascension of a dream awakening? So you can go up to a higher vibration and reach the planet system of balance. That's history, people. That's ancestry. So, yep, that's exactly what it is. And it's unfortunate, Priscilla, because they don't understand what's going on through their ascension, and that's why they're getting sick. It's because the dimensional Earth is high rising fast and faster. So in relation, it's knowing that the atmospheres are changing. Anything that you touch, remember how you have to wear gloves and all that? That's vibration. Okay, that's 5D dimensional system of gamma ray systems that you're connecting with. That's why people wear gloves. That's why they wear masks, right? But you don't have to wear masks. That's controlled by the governments. They're just telling you to wear masks so you can have fear. Fear to go outside. Oh, I got to wear a mask. Oh, I got to wear gloves. I can't touch money. You know? All programmed. All programmed. So, you guys know more truth now. Makes you feel a little bit better. You know? It makes a lot more sense, doesn't it, Laura? Makes you angry. Makes you frustrated. You know? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so I could just high rise you now then if you send it through PayPal. Okay, so Laura Lee, high rise your divisions of cloud formation systems E equals MC pi communication levels. I'm going to put you in your body simulator, Laura. Your body simulator is forming right now to weather patterns on the communication line signals. You're getting more formations of Mother of Angels. Your formation through the golden cycles, all communication cloud interference. Your angel division is on traction divisions of communication line signals to all calculation of mass through its calibration of high frequency levels and calibration systems. Congrats, Laura. So you're going to feel that energy waving going into you. It's like, whoa, what just happened? How do you feel, Laura? I use the demigods for Laura because demigods are connected through the angelics. And basically what I do is an electric bolt comes down and splits anything through negative or dark. It just breaks free. And there's this tremendous light formation that comes over. And it just takes over everything through its dark fumes or anything through its dark vibration. So, powerful stuff. Yeah, so Laura, you're in your body simulator, so congrats on that. You're getting more communication levels now, so you're high forcing your connections through your realm divisions. So it's groovy and happy, eh? Yeah. See, it's not just energy, like I said, but when you see it, if you see electric bolt coming in, you see a light formation, or if you see your body changing, you know it's magic. You know it's real, and it's coming from space. So you know you're going up to higher divisions because your perceptions are changing through your thoughts and your perceptions of your audios and your voicings. So when you see these things and you hear these things and you feel these things, that's powerful stuff, right? And it goes way, way, way beyond healing. So, and it's a lot of fun, right? Because I want to help you guys. I want you to guys get into your sentience. I want you guys to travel to wherever you need to travel. I want you guys to force recognize who you are. You know, it's all about getting into the GOD, geometrics of dimensions, you know? So, but you're extremely welcome, Laura. I'm glad I can help you out. This will give you confidence and more control with yourself. And this will high rise your divisions to more realm division, understand yourself more. So you're going to see demigods, you're going to see gods of interference, you're going to see Archangel Michael, you're going to see angels flying around. Yeah. Yeah, it's magic, yeah. Sacred geometry and lights, yeah. And you get smarter with its vocabulary, which is a lot of fun. So Laura, you get smarter in the mind. It's all about bringing the mind up. So every time you bring the mind up, you're going up to different levels of atmospheres through God frequencies. And when you get into the God frequencies, oh my, now we're talking to higher levels of vocabulary. Okay. So, yep, God force. So, whoa, look at that, almost 3 hours. I said I'd never go over 3 hours. But it's a lot of fun, you know. And it is a Sunday. So, but, you know, it's all about feeling better. You know, you wake up, you feel better. And you wake up, you don't feel confused. If you feel confused, then you ask yourself why. It's because you're still living in that human vessel, and you're still thinking of your program, and you're still thinking of the governments, and you're still thinking of this, and you're still thinking of that. And you're not thinking of yourself. Take time to think of yourself, and then you start knowing yourself. You know? So, Sunday fun day, yeah. Listening to the inner thoughts will let you know. Everything through information is given to you through energy. So it's all about, yes, Andrew, I need an upgrade. Everybody comes to me through upgrades because that helps them out. They understand more. But you come to me through your vocabulary, saying that my pixel conceptions are in a high rise. My pixels of my perception eye divisions has to be high rise. My body adaptation or my mind system isn't on its electrical device like the gravity system yet. Can you high rise it for me, Andrew? That's vocabulary. Right? So you guys have to get into that. You have to start talking like computers. That's the power. That's the recognition of its power. That's the communication through simulation of nature and anything through its atmospheres or its astral planes or space and time. So it's a process, but it's something that you guys can adapt to and learn from, you know. So, but it will give it to you over time when you know when you're ready to high rise. I first upgraded about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and once that I integrated, I understand more and was ready for more and understanding. See, that's it. See, Laura's understanding more and more, and she's going through cycle divisions, and she's going up to Clot Interference. She knows she's in the angelics, but it doesn't stop there. She wants to high rise faster and faster and understand herself more through the gods and the demigods. Okay? So it's like sugar. The more I eat, the more I want. Yeah. Yeah. It's like candy to a baby. So, but it's really fun talking to everybody. You know, it's great to see that you guys are doing well. And anything through questions or comments, or, you know, you can go through my email, you know. That sugar is its understanding. Yeah, that's its information. Yeah. Oh, you're extremely welcome, Jane. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. There's a lot going on today. Just have a great Sunday. morning, afternoon, or night, depending on you are through a time zone. Love you guys very much. I'll keep you updated. You know, tomorrow's Monday. I don't like Mondays. I prefer Wednesday to Friday because I know it's going to be the weekend, especially when it comes Thursday. I look forward to Thursdays because it's the Galactic Roundtable. I love the discussions. It's really good. But Monday we'll get into the Matrix, and we'll get into more of shapes and geometry sets and everything through line division. So there's a lot of things that we have to go through shapes before we go into calculation of mass, equation of pi. I want to get out of pi and get into helix, because there's a lot of people that are in the body simulator, and there's a lot of people that are in the body modulator. But you have to understand the information. You have to understand what it is through its intelligence when you come into more grid systems of atmospheres. Right? It's very important to understand more intelligence through coloration of lights. Okay? So, yep. Love and light to you, Andrew. Oh, thanks. On the chat, yep. Okay, so I think that's good. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.